Hello and welcome to Forge TV's coverage of the ice hockey final held here at the Untitled Arena. It's set to be a fantastic night and the seats behind us are already filling up. I'm Hannah McGregor, your presenter, and I'm joined with your Punchy team, Sam and Oliver. Guys, how are we feeling?
Well, I'm incredibly excited for what should be a great night of sport out there on the ice. As we can see, things are already starting to fill up, the beer's flowing already. It's going to be incredibly exciting, and I, for one, am really looking forward to seeing what happens at the final of Varsity 2023.
Yeah, it's amazing to be here. One of the biggest crowds in British ice hockey tonight. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Amazing players. I can't wait for it to start.
So, as our final event of Varsity, Sam, how has it been so far?
Well, Varsity was effectively the die is cast. University of Sheffield walked out as overall winners the other day after the basketball, after they got to that magical 40 points number. They're now set on 50.5 points. Hallam sit on 25.5 points. So once again, it's been fairly one-sided like it was last year. However, this year has been a little bit different in that Hallam tend to win the bigger events like the boxing and indeed the ice hockey. University of Sheffield managed to win the boxing this year, so maybe we could see another upset tonight, but who knows?
Absolutely. And Oliver, ahead of the final tonight, what are your expectations?
Well, as in any game as big as this, you'd expect both sides to want to keep the mistakes to a minimum. They'll probably keep it quite tight in the first minutes of the game. No one wants to give anything away in a game like Varsity. You'll probably expect to see some of the bigger moments towards the end, like happened last year in 2022 Varsity. They expect big players like the Glasby brothers for the University of Sheffield to make a difference. They're two of the highest scoring defensive men in the NIHL 2, that's the third division of English ice hockey. But Nathan Otley of Hallam won that league for Hull this season. Another player that you'll probably be expecting to have a fantastic game today is the keeper for Hallam, Nick Winters. He's very, very highly thought of in these ends, and we'll probably expect to see him have a big impact in the first period.
Absolutely, a lot to look forward to. So Hallam have been undefeated since the ice hockey final first came out in 2005. Sam, what would be the expectation if Uni of won?
Well, if the University of Sheffield were to pull off what would essentially be unheard of, it would be an incredibly historical event for Sheffield Varsity. I can say that. I'm a history student. I know what's historical and what isn't. And I think it would just be unbelievable. That Sheffield end, that Uni of Sheffield end would go absolutely ballistic. It would be scenes never seen before here at the Sheffield Arena for Varsity 2023. However, those fans are probably coming here tonight expecting a loss. They're expecting a defeat. But I'm sure they're quite happy with the fact that Varsity has essentially already been won by them.
Absolutely, and the trophy at the end is one of the best parts of the whole thing, so that's something to definitely look forward to. But Oliver, going back to the teams, there's something that links both teams together, isn't there?
Yeah, most of the players you'll see here today play together in the same team, the Sheffield Bears University side. That's players such as Ryan Fraley and Punfasukis Ratana of Hallam. They're the top scorers, and we'll expect them to try to keep that rich vein of scoring form today.
So looking back to last year, the massive landslide victory of Sheffield Hallam, at the third half, the last third, Uni of were winning 1-0, and then out of nowhere, Sheffield Hallam scored 4 points. So ultimately, it's a very exciting match, isn't it? Sam, before we leave for a short break before the commentators, what is the atmosphere like? Just describe it to everyone at home.
Well, it's really starting to build. I mean, the stands are filling up slowly but surely. I think there's a few people still at the bar getting a few drinks in. The music's pounding. The atmosphere's getting hot. There's a few little cardboard banners here and there with Go Uni, Go Hallam. It's looking great. I can't wait to have a look at the few DIY jobs that have been done by students in their kitchens, no doubt. It's getting really good, and I'm sure that it's going to be an amazing atmosphere, an electric atmosphere over the next few hours.
Fantastic. And a massive shout out to everyone watching at Bar 1 and the Nursery Tavern. And it looks as though something is happening right now. Very interesting. So we will be joining you very shortly, and we'll be handing you over to the commentary team, Scott and George, after this very short break.
Number 9, Joe Faulkner. 13, Lewis Jones. Wearing 14, Joffrey Hargreaves. 27, Michael Zalossi. Wearing 48, assistant captain Cameron Lasby. Wearing 57, Will Hale. 66, Radu Nikolai. Wearing 84, Joel Mark. 88, assistant captain Adam Smith. Wearing 92, Sam Harkin. And your captain wears 80, Lawson Glasby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the black and gold of the University of Sheffield.
As you can tell by the music and the lights, it is time for the ice hockey final, the final that we've been all waiting for. Now we're going to hand you to the commentary team, Scott and George, to take it away.
Good evening and welcome to the Utility Arena here in Sheffield for the 18th annual Ice Hockey Varsity between Sheffield Hallam University and the University of Sheffield. Last year, the University of Sheffield came close to breaking that 18-year itch. They were going trailing into the into the third period 1-0, but they ended up eventually losing 4-1. So tonight you're joined by Scott Ancliffe and George Barber. George, we've both been there before. I've played for Hallam, you've played for Hallam. How would the players be feeling right now as they're about to stand on the blue lines for the national anthem and the ceremonies?
Yeah, it's certainly a feeling that not many will get, and to have been in there myself, obviously for the twos, it's a hair-raising moment really, and I can't even imagine what it's like for these lads out here today and lasses out on the ice.
Yep, so as we now are about to take to the national anthem, we will pause briefly, but this is undoubtedly one of the biggest games that these players will play in during their careers. This game, I can tell you, when you stood on that blue line listening to the national anthem, the hairs on your arms will tingle, the adrenaline will be pumping, and the players will be nervous and equally excited. But tonight, Sheffield Hallam, they are looking competitively stronger. They've got 18 skaters compared to Uni of Sheffield's 13. And it might be a case of those tired legs and having those 5 extra players that might sort of pay dividends for Hallam in the end, but only time will tell. But what we'll do now, we're going to pause briefly for the national anthem.
And join us in the national anthem.
Welcome back here to the Utility Arena. We're about to get underway. The puck will drop, but before the puck drops, we will go through the team as we go through them. So Sheffield Hallam line up, number 40, Nick Winters, netminder. Backup netminder, number 68, James Harmon. Assistant captain, number 4, Nathan Bennett. Number 8, Pun Fusukitawara. Number 9, Ryan Fraley. Number 10, Ryan Marsden. Number 12, Josh Barras. Number 18, Nathan Otley. Number 14, Marcus Janssens. Number 15, Adam Broughton. Number 17, Sam Rogers. Number 20, Josh Humphreys. Number 25, Luke Reed. Number 26, Neil Orr. Number 77, James White. Number 80, Ben Crowther. Number 81, Oliver Keeling. Number 88, Sam Colton. And number 48, Captain Danny Haid. University of Sheffield, they line up number 38, Yuki Higuchi, the starting netminder. Number 2, Chloe Carter. Number 8, Ishbel Wright. Number 9, Joe Faulkner. Number 18, Lewis Jones. Number 14, Geoffrey Hargreaves. Number 27, Mike Shalozzi. Number 48, assistant captain, Cameron Glasby. Number 66, Radu Nikolai. Number 84, Joel Bark. Number 88, assistant captain, Adam Brooke-Smith. Number 92, Sam Parkian. Number 80, Captain Lawson Glasby, and number 57, a late addition, backup netminder who would have been icing as a netminder tonight, is now icing as an additional forward, number 57, Will Hale. The officials for tonight's game are Andrew Miller and Tom Herring, and then the linesmen are Ethan Hardy and Thomas Horner. So teams are announced, they're about to face off at centre ice in front of a good crowd here at the Utility Arena. Fans are still filing to the seats, but George, we're in for a great game as always, aren't we?
Of course we are. It's always competitive, always. Both teams are always up for it. You know, I was speaking to a Hallam player the other day, he played in it last year. He says having the crowd behind you is something that lifts you majorly. And although University of Sheffield is short bench today, I think they'll be as competitive as ever, and we'll be in for a good game.
Right, so we're about to get underway. Andrew Miller is about to drop the puck at centre ice in this 18th annual Ice Hockey Varsity. Who will take the spoils as the puck now drops? Face-off win to Uni of Sheffield. They'll just draw it back to D, just to compose themselves. D to D pass, and that will just get cleared out as far as Hallam number 8, Pun Fusukitawara. Fusukitawara will go D to D, but now Hallam will look to break. Uni of Sheffield will just intercept, and they'll dump it into the corner. They'll go to chase. Fusukitawara will just touch it up, and he'll look for an outlet pass. Fusukitawara, that's a great pass to the right-hand side. Hallam looking to break, strength in numbers, 4-on-2 as the shot comes in, and that one will just whistle wide. Good opportunity for Hallam there with number 44, with a good shot from the point. Uni of Sheffield will just look to clear, and they'll manage to clear the line. Hallam with a change now, Luke Reed, he'll just look for a pass. Reed finds a great pass across the centre ice. Now with Fusukitawara, Ryan Fraley down the right-hand side. Fraley's looking for passing options. He tries to find a man in front. Uni of Sheffield do well to intercept. And we'll just keep it down low, looking to gain possession. Once again now with Fraley in the corner. Fraley will go back to his D-man as the shot comes in. That one will get deflected nicely. Uni Sheffield now looking to break. Possible 2-on-1 opportunity with Geoffrey Hargreaves down the left. Drop pass intended for Parkin as a hit comes in. Hallam picking up the physical intensity already as they break 2-on-2. Number 88, Colton looking for a chance. Uni Sheffield read that well as they try to clear, but it only goes as far as the point man in Otley. Now he's back in the Uni end with Jones. Jones will just go D to D. Uni Sheffield will break out. As a big hit comes in once again, Uni Sheffield returning the physical side of the game. As Hallam will just try and skate onto the loose puck as a puck battle ensues. Now it's with Colton. Colton will just take a hit for his troubles as Uni Sheffield will look to break. Now he's back with Luke Reed. Uni Sheffield are looking to gain the blue line as they do. They do well to avoid a hit down the right-hand side. And another one. Uni Sheffield looking for passing options as a pass in front. Almost found its intended target. Hallam will counter the other way. Possible 2-on-2. Uni Sheffield do well to back check and try and break it up. As they're now under pressure in the corner as a hit comes in once again. Both teams setting out the physical stakes early. As Schlozzy looks for a great outlet pass. Now he finds the man on his right-hand side as a slap shot will come in. That one will just whistle at the side of Winter's net. Hallam will just regain composure and look to clear it out, but they can't quite clear it. Now with Ishbel right, she'll fire a shot in. That one's turned aside nicely. Now with number 80, Ben Crowley, he'll look to skate it out, and he does well to almost gain possession there as it's broken up nicely. Hallam look to gain the zone, and they do. Intended passes, the shot comes in. That well, they missed a little bit of miscommunication there from Marcus Janssens and Sam Rogers.
Breakaway.
As the breakaway comes in, Uni of Sheffield. That's broken up nicely. Some excellent defending there from Nathan Bennett. Great back check. As Hallam will look to clear to alleviate that pressure. Now it's with captain Danny Haid. There's a nice pass. Hayes finds his man at the back post. The shot comes in. Great save, Higuchi. Hallam do well to regain possession. Haid playing the body. It's still Haid. Does well to evade his man. He's looking for options as the shot comes in. That was deflected. Hargreaves with a good deflection. As Hargreaves falls over. And Hallam will just look to dump that in the corner and just settle things down. Will Hale in pursuit. Hallam are now just looking to set it up. They do well. Hale gets dummied there nicely. As Uni Sheffield will just dump that one down. It goes as far as Nick Winters, and that is an icing call. So George, almost 4 minutes gone. Great start by both teams.
Yeah, very good. I can tell you've been needing a breath of fresh air, Scott, for about 3 minutes. Yeah. That was just end-to-end, wasn't it? Like, no actual break in play. Good couple of chances at both ends.
Yeah, absolutely. Hallam tried to gain the face-off win, but they don't quite do so with Keelan in the centre spot, as they do well to regain possession with Colton. Keelan can't quite handle that one, as Ryan Fraley comes in looking for some loose change. Now, Uni of Sheffield look to break. Possible 2-on-2. Hallam get back in numbers. Some good back-checking from Hallam, and they'll break that up along the boards. Reed just gets dispossessed for his trouble, and we will have a penalty as soon as Uni of Sheffield gain control of the puck. And Hallam will go on the man advantage as Luke Reed was tripped there. So it will be, we'll gain confirmation of, looks like Geoffrey Hargreaves will sit 2 minutes for tripping. So George, good early opportunity for Hallam to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, very good. I think Hallam have got a good power play as well. So we'll see here. I think it was definitely a trip there by Geoffrey Hargreaves. If it is him, I think it is, seen from here. Looked like there could have been 2 penalties there, so I think it's right that one was called.
Yeah, Howard now with the face-off. They'll just look to settle it down, but Uni of Sheffield do well to clear. Goes as far as Nick Winters will just settle it down and go back to Joe Colton, or Sam Colton, sorry. His brother Joe played last year. As Hallam will dump it into the zone. It will go as far as Higuchi will just hand it off to his man there. Uni of Sheffield will look to clear as they'll just ice that one down to run some of the clock down. Now with Winters, very experienced netminder who plays in the NIHL too as well. National League netminder who's turned heads with some great performances earlier in the year. Now it's with Haid. Haid will just settle it and look for options. Haid does well to avoid a hit on the boards, and he's still got the puck as he'll just put that one in net. And a little bit of afters. Haid won't take too kindly to that as a little crowd will join and come together. A few early pleasantries exchanged, and as we can hear, George, fans are certainly all for that.
They're up for it, aren't they? I mean, I think Danny Hyde maybe did that a bit intentionally, just wanted to get a bit going. And I think that's the right reaction for Varsity by the Uni of man. So
yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully there's more of that to come, Scott.
Yeah, this sort of time of the game, you're wanting to set your stall out early on. You're wanting to establish yourselves physically, and Danny Hay, the captain, leading by example, wanting to do that. Uni of Sheffield with a face-off win, and of course they gain possession, and they'll just dump that one down. Hallam not really having the opportunity to get set up on the power play in the Uni of Sheffield zone. A lot of interceptions and broken up pucks, as Uni of Sheffield do well with the box formation on this penalty kill. As Hallam will look to gain the zone, and they do. Got some speed coming through the zone with Rogers. Rogers looks for options. Attempted wraparound, I don't think he could quite get a handle on it, so he goes back to the point with Haight as a shot comes in, and a little chop in front, and that'll draw another crowd. One of the first rules of hockey, George, and you'll know, is you don't mess with the opposing team's netminder.
You don't, and if you do, you've got to expect to get some. And equally, if you're a defender and they mess with your goalie, you've got to give them some, haven't you?
Exactly.
And that's always the rule.
Exactly. You know, your netminder is your most important asset there on the ice. You protect him at all costs. And if you have anyone get too close to him or bump into him or have a jab at after the whistle, then, you know, you need to send a message and let them know that that can't happen, as Hallam will just win the face-off. Now it's with Fraley, the elite league linesman, who referees in the top tier of ice hockey in the country. He'll just look for a passing option, and he finds Keelan. There's a shot coming from Keelan, glove save, Higuchi. Higuchi aware there, George, great save early on, as we've got another little word there with Lewis Jones. Lewis Jones and Otley, two big boys who you wouldn't really want to mess with, and both of them are exchanging pleasantries early on.
Yeah, it's now like 3 for 3, isn't it, for shots, and then a little tap on the goalie. As I say, it looks like it's going to be happening today, so we will see.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the last fight in Varsity was circa 2013. A player I played with called Chris Brynjaski had a fight with Jack Ware from the Uni of Sheffield, and I'll tell you what, the fans get on the feet when that happens, and it's no more exciting spectacle than two players going toe-to-toe at centre ice. And having been in one or two of them myself over the years, certainly more than two, I can tell you it gets the adrenaline going as Hallam will look to assert themselves in the offensive zone. Fraley will play the body, talking of the physicality. Uni of Sheffield return flavour, but we've got a trip on the plate. As the whistle's gone, I think there's a bit of a delayed reaction with the players there. So now it is time for Uni of Sheffield to test their power play out. There's a trip in the corner. So good early opportunity, as Sam Colton will be sitting too for tripping. For Uni of Sheffield to get their chance.
Yeah, well, it's, as we said, it's been a good end-to-end start, and 2 clear penalties as well. It's quite a chippy game, but it were a trip again, weren't it? So, you know.
Yeah, the officials, they like to get the game go and flow as much as they can, but they're going to call the obvious penalties, as Hallam do well to break that up. They'll look to skate it out to just run the clock down and waste some time, as they're quite happy to just waste some time along the boards. Danny Hay does well, but a bit of pressure forces him off the puck, as Hallam will just look to clear that one all the way down, as they do so, and Uni Sheffield will just go D to D. Glasby now will just look for an outlet pass, so he'll just play it up the boards in front of him. A bit of almost a blind pass to Parkin, who gets also potentially tripped. Looking for the referee for a call, but nothing to do. Parkin's frustrations will go squandering there.
I think he lost his footing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's out to Glasby on the wing. Glasby will just look to skate it out. Glasby with some great skate. As a shot comes in from Glasby, that one will just get turned aside wide by Nick Winters. Hallam will just look to try and regain the puck with Haight. Haight, as we know, likes to play a physical style. He'll just try and chip it out. Well, he can't quite do so. Now he's back in the corner with Crowther. Crowther will look to clear, and he does. Just the Yuki Higuchi. Japanese netminder will just turn it to one side. Now Uni of Sheffield looking to play that to Hargreaves. That's a great pass. Hargreaves looking for options, but he's crowded around. Can't really get a pass out. Hallam do well to clear the blue line. As Hallam, possible chance to break now with Pasuka Tawana. As a shot comes in, and once again, that one will not trouble Higuchi too much. And that one went straight into his chest. And there's a goalie, you want to see the puck and feel the puck early on, and that one wouldn't have troubled him really there.
No, it wouldn't have. It's a good goalie is Yuki. He's not going to get beaten from there. Good shot though from there.
Yeah, Hallam do well. They'll just win the face-off back. And they'll just play it around to Nathan Bennett. He'll dump it in. No one there for Bennett, so no one in pursuit. Lewis Jones uses that vast experience to just settle it down a little bit. He's a very composed D-man. Now Jones is assessing his options. Jones, who played for Hallam in previous varsities and also coached for Hallam, he now works at the Uni of Sheffield in the finance department. So now back with Jones along the boards. Jones will just look for an outlet, but no one there. So Hallam now under pressure as Bennett will just play the body nicely. Hallam returns to full strength, and if they're, I'm going to say if they quit, they had a possible breakaway opportunity with Colton looking for the puck. Now back with Hallam. Bennett will just look to just settle things down, but he gives away possession cheaply there. And now Hallam have possession once again. They're looking to break, strength in number possible, but Uni of Sheffield are doing well to break it back. Keeling just couldn't quite get a handle on it, so Uni of Sheffield will skate it out once again through Parkin, who we know is a gifted skater, who's come all the way up through the Sheffield junior system, as can't quite get his shot off. As he'll take a big hit on the boards behind the net. That one will wake him up as a shot comes in. That one's deflected though. That'll hit a body in front. Reed, who just breaks up there. Looks like he's feeling that one as well. And we've got an offside on the play with 11 minutes to go in this opening period. And as we've already seen already, George, and as we already guaranteed it's going to be a physical game.
It's going to be a physical game, you're right. As I said, it's chippy. It's how you, last year it started as well. The exact same, it's frenetic at the start. It'll probably calm down as the game goes on, but hopefully not, you know, from a commentator's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always entertaining as Will Hale will just look to win that one round. Goaltender come forward as he does well to try and get it to his man. Hallam looking to get back with Barris, who takes a trip. And Barris has fell down his, now Hallam looking to break down his right-hand side. As a shot comes in, that one will just go to get turned aside. Good opportunity there, James White looking mean in the offensive zone. White will just take a hit for his troubles from Will Hale. As Will Hale establishing himself in the game. You've probably always wanted to do that as a netminder hitter, out skating forward, and now you can. So Will Hale, dreams do come true. Nice lad, Will Hale. We spoke to him before the game in the tunnel earlier and just had a quick chat with him briefly as he walked past us down near the locker room. As Hallam will just look to clear that one out. They've already gone for a line change, so Uni of Sheffield had a chance to regain possession, and they do. Parkin once again dipsy-doodling around. Parkin looking for options, he'll go for a shot. That one's deflected once again. Ooh. Uni of Sheffield looking to now set up in Hallam's zone. As that's broken up nicely. Hallam will just cover the goalie as Nick Winters once again won't get troubled too much by that one, but we'd love to know if you're tuning in tonight, so tweet in to Forge TV or tweet in to myself at Cliffy94 or George Barber at Steal the Puck and give us your thoughts on the game tonight, as we've got 9:46 in this opening period remaining. Hallam do well to win the draw. Now with Humphreys to Haid. Captain Haid will just look for an outlet, but a little bit of a miscommunication, but they get away with it. As now it's with Rogers. He'll just look for options. He does well, Rogers, to skate around a couple of players there, the assistant captain. Now once again with Humphreys, there's a nice pass to the back post as a shot comes in. And once again, they'll try and spin on the shot. Oh, that's a good opportunity. But we've got the netminder's helmet off, and that will result in a whistle. But a good opportunity there, George, and a great pass to the back post. And Hallam with their closest effort yet.
It was a great pass, really, from Josh Humphreys. I wasn't expecting that from Josh. But, well, it was a pinpoint pass, really, to the back door. And Hallam, I think, are pretty unlucky not to score there.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll take confidence from that, Hallam, and now they've got to face off also in the Uni of Sheffield zone, just to add to that pressure a little bit more. But with a shot like that, with an opportunity like that, you're going to gain momentum from that. And this is what Hallam will want to do now. They'll want to build on it. They'll want to get an early lead and just settle the nerves. And the opening sort of 5-10 minutes, you're always a little bit nervy playing hockey. You're trying to feel out the opposition. And for 364 days a year, these players will play together on the same team. But for that one day a year, friendships are put aside and they'll battle it out onto the ice, as you've seen already with the physicality of this game. As Uni will look to clear. Nice outlet pass. Uni don't do as well as they'd like to there, as the man just crowded around as a possible opportunity comes in. Hargreaves dipsy-doodling around the defence, but Hallam do well to break it up. Now they'll look to skate it out and gain the zone, and they do. It's now with Bennett, who just temporarily loses the puck. Bennett does well to get the puck back, and once again he'll look for an option, but that's broken up nicely. Uni of Sheffield doing very well in their defensive zone tonight. they'll just look for options now in the neutral zone as they'll just dump it in. And he only goes as far as the Hallam D. Now once again with Bennett. Bennett will look for options, he'll turn. Now at the boards, that one will, there's a big hit on the boards. That one will get absorbed though by Colton. Colton once again trying to regain the puck. Bennett dispossessed on the blue line. Michael Schlozzy, the veteran of this Bears team and the Uni of Sheffield team, does well. Michael Schlozzy, the Canadian, affectionately known as Big Man. Lovely guy and been a mainstay in the British University ice hockey scene as Uni of Sheffield, where a shot comes in, that one will just go wide. Good save, Nick Winters. Now with Hallam once again, they'll look to skate it out. Uni of Sheffield do well to regain possession. It was Marcus Janssens who had the opportunity to skate it out before but got dispossessed. Now he'll have that opportunity once again. He does well to evade his man. Now we're skating into the zone with Fusuki Tawana as a shot comes in. That one's turned aside nicely by Yuki Higuchi. Uni of Sheffield will clear. Now Hallam will return the favour. A bit like ping pong out there at the minute, back and forth. As Hallam will look to just settle it down once again, get the nerves out of the way with Luke Reed. He'll find an outlet pass to his left wing. Hallam just looking to set up in the zone. They'll just skate it around, there's nothing on option-wise. Does well there to evade his man. That was James White, who we've not sort of heard too much of so far tonight. As we go back to the point, as a shot will just come in. That one's not going to fool anyone. As a rebound attempt there. That now back to the point. Josh Barris with the opportunity before, another old teammate of mine at the Sheffield Ice Tigers. There's a big hit along the boards, comes in. Uni of Sheffield up in the physical ante. Hallam will just dump it once again in the corner. They try to regain the puck as they do. That's James White once again. He'll battle well in the corner as he'll take it for his troubles along the boards. Once again, the fans like that. And he falls over. He looks to the referee, looks frustrated, but he falls over once again. It is slippy out there. That's what the ice is for. As he'll go back to the bench with a slightly redder shade of maroon on his face. As Hallam do well to avoid the hit. And pressure and again, Danny Haid will just put his man down on the ice. Haid does well to avoid a hit once again. He'll skate it out. Haid, as we know, a very gifted skater, an offensive threat. Haid once again as the shot comes in. Good deflection. Will Hale once again blocking the shot. There's a possible pass in front. And Uni of Sheffield getting a little mixed up, falling over each other. As Will Hale will just alleviate the pressure and clear it. It only goes as far as Luke Reed, who takes 2 hits for his trouble along the boards. As Luke Reed will get a shot in. Quick wrist shot there, could have easily caught Higuchi off guard, but he was equal to it. There's a big hit once again.
Good defensive play.
Oh, absolutely. Uni of Sheffield looking to break that one up. As they do, Hallam do well to get back. Hallam now looking to break once again. Danny Haid, who seems to have been out there for an eternity. He'll be wanting a line change soon as the shot comes in. Good glove save by Higuchi. Once again, George, some good Hallam pressure, but as always, we've seen that physical stakes just amp up another level.
Absolutely, and I think what I've noticed from Uni of is they seem to have took a very much, almost like a Manchester Storm style defence. We can hit everything that moves, we'll stay on this blue line, try and get through us, and it's good.
Absolutely, and the fans aren't going to complain at all about that. And they know the sport is a physical one, and they'll be wanting to see that tonight with these young testosterone-filled players. There's a possible hit along the boards, avoided nicely by Crowther. So Hallam will look to clear. Ryan Fraley does well to just get that one out. Now he's back with Colton. We'll hand it off to Keeling. Keeling will rim it round, intended pass. Fraley doesn't quite get there, but he'll put the body on the boards. As Fraley uses his experience to almost clear the zone. That one will just go wide of Winters. Winters, the quieter of the two netminders tonight, as you'd expect from this offensively gifted Hallam team. But we're still 0-0 here with 4:39 left in this opening period. As Fraley does well to create a bit of room as a shot comes in from Keeling short side. Higuchi alert to that one. Now once again with Keeling. There's another shot comes in, but Uni Sheffield breaking up now with Fraley. And Fraley's got control still as the shot comes in. Higuchi once again had to be ready, and he was. And George, cracking few saves from Higuchi.
Yeah, I mean, Yuki Higuchi must be a fantastic keeper, given the fact that Will Hale was stood on his head last year. Absolutely brilliant. And if Yuki can get in above him, how good's Yuki? You know what I mean? It's incredible.
Will Hale was one of my standouts last year, and like you say, you know, an excellent netminder in Figucci, who's coming into the Bears in his first varsity, and yeah, and he gets picked over. Hale, he's certainly got something in his locker, and we've seen there, you know, already 15 minutes into this opening period, and he's certainly delivering the goods so far. Barras will look to win this face-off. We've just got a problem at the bench. I think one of the coaches wanted to just have something explained to him, as Barras will lose out on the draw. But Hallam will gain with White. Hallam can't quite keep it in the zone with Pumfasuk. So down the left wing, Uni Sheffield will look to play with Glasby. He'll just get hooked. And Nick Winters will play a part in the fall there. So Hallam will look to counter as they skate the other way. Now here we are with White. White will just dump that one in. Goes as far as, there's a pass comes in there. And that one will just go whistle over from Bennett. The D-man looking to get involved offensively. Just broken up nicely by Uni Sheffield. It was Marcus Janssens before who had the opportunity in front. Another player who had an excellent game last year. Is a big hit at centre ice. Now with that man, Danny Haid once again as the shot comes in. That one will just go wide. Good opportunity for Hallam. Haid does well to regain the puck, but then gives it away. Now Hallam will regain with Pumfasuk Tawana. He'll just look to dump that one down, and he does. Goes as far as Haid once again. Haid's not got much room, but he'll work his way out. Some excellent work from Haid there to create a little more room for himself. Now with Rogers, he'll get pinned against the boards. He'll play it out nicely to Reid. Reid will try and return the favour to Rogers, but that one will just get mishandled. Now with Hallam once again, as a big hit comes in on the at the top of the slot. They'll just look to clear as they do through Hale, who for normally a netminder who's playing D is having an excellent game so far tonight. Still with Hallam, they'll just look to dump that one down.
Icing.
And we'll get an icing call with 2:41 left in this opening period. And George, 0-0 so far. So if it was to stay this way, what do you think Coach Matt Barton's message would be to his Hallam players in the period break?
Honestly, I think he'll do more of the same what he did last year. Almost like grind Uni off down up until the last period and probably have a go at them from there, I think, especially with the added legs that he's got.
Yeah, so Hallam will win the draw. Goes as far as Haid once again. Haid will just look to find his man, but that pass is cut off. Rogers couldn't quite get a hold of that one. Now with Haid, puck's temporarily lost in his feet. He'll go back to Reid. Now with Hallam once again, they'll look to play it out, but it's broken up nicely by Uni. They do well to evade the man as and once again as the shot comes in, Winters had to be equal to that one there. Reid will look to clear, but he can't quite clear the zone. Uni do well to apply a little pressure themselves as that one's broken up in front. Shot rebound loose. They couldn't quite get there in time. Still with possession once again in the Uni Sheffield end, or in the Hallam end. Now with Uni Sheffield's shot coming, that one's broken up. It's hard to see those numbers out there with the black and yellow. Not the nicest shirts to read from a commentator's perspective, even though they may look eye-catchingly nice. As Uni Sheffield will just play it back to the point. As a shot comes in, that one will just get deflected in front from Lawson Glasby, as that's still not covered up. As a couple of players are digging away there. Once again, that'll draw a crowd. The goal light came on, but the whistle had already blown, but that one will draw a crowd, because another unwritten rule of hockey, you don't put it in the net after the whistle's gone, because that is a big no-no. It's just an unwritten rule against the code, as we call it. Yeah, good opportunity there, though.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think that the referee blew it at first. I couldn't quite hear in my headset, but I'm not too sure. The puck's clearly in the net, but obviously I think the referee had blown up until that point.
We're looking at replay on our screen up here and on the scoreboard at the centre ice. We can't quite fully see, but we seem to have got an injured player down there at the minute.
Looks like Biggs.
Yeah, it's Michael Schlozzy, big man. So Michael Schlozzy is back on his feet, and he gets a good ovation from the crowd, mainly from the Uni Sheffield sets of Uni Sheffield set of fans. As he's hobbling onto the bench, he'll get taps from his teammates, and Yeah, big man, he's been through the wars, he's taken hits, he's taken pucks, and that one wouldn't have troubled him too much. He's a very experienced player, and he'll be back out there, no doubt, being the warrior that he is, as Hallam will regain possession. They'll look for passing options, but nothing's to do, so they'll just skate it back to their own end. Goes as far as Humphreys. Humphreys can't quite find anyone to knock it onto, but Colton does well to almost get a handle of that. Uni Sheffield will skate it out on this right-hand side. They do well to cut inside as the shot comes in, and Winters equal to it. But now, George, a little bit of pressure. The tables have turned, so Hallam dominating the first half of the period. Uni Sheffield now finding the feet a little and getting their opportunities.
Yeah, they've been well worthy of it, I think. They're having a little spell of pressure. I think they'll like this going into the last minute and 8 of this period. They'll hopefully, for them, they'll be able to capitalise on it, because it'll take them do the confidence of well the good, especially given short bench.
Yeah, Uni Sheffield will gain the face-off, but Hallam will counter and break now. As a big hit comes in, avoided nicely. Hallam do well to stay on side, as it's now with Ben White. Ben White couldn't quite get a clear pass through as a shot will come in, and it's blocked well though. Uni Sheffield will clear, but there's a foot race on. Fasuki Tawana does well to get back. We can't quite find his pass, and Uni Sheffield picked that one off with 38 seconds remaining. They'll just circle and look for options. There's another hit along the boards. Fasuki Tawana applying a little bit of pressure as the shot comes in. Good save, Winters, he'll just block that one aside. Because as far as Hale does well to avoid his man. So now here we go down with White as a possible pass comes in, shot rebound out. There's a bit of a crowd in front once again. And a little bit of pushing and shoving after, a couple of players exchanging pleasantries, maybe early Easter cards. Has seemed to have got another player on the ice injured, looks like Glasby. I think he blocked the shot. Oh yeah, as you can see just there on the replay, Glasby blocked the shot coming in, and he did well to get a piece of that from Fasuki Tawana's shot. As we've got a face-off just to the left of Yuki Higuchi, with just 13 seconds remaining in this opening period. As Hallam will gain possession, but we've got another whistle.
It's a face-off violation.
A face-off violation. Well, you don't see too many of those.
My knowledge isn't that bad, is it, Scott?
Yeah, not too bad, George, not too bad. I've taught you well. There's a face-off once again. They'll reset. This face-off does go to plan, as Hallam will just look to dump it in with Otley as the rebound, as the puck's loose in front, as Hallam can't quite get a handle of it. So once again with Sam Rogers, he'll look for options. As the shot comes in on the whistle, and that one's cleared. But after 20 minutes of action here at the Utilita Arena, it remains 0-0 between Sheffield Hallam University and the University of Sheffield. And a great period so far. It's been fast, it's been frenetic, it's been physical. And both teams, as we know, George, have really been up for it. And some excellent net-minding performances so far from Yuki Higuchi. As we see, he'll get the taps from his teammate for playing such an outstanding opening period. And also Nick Winters at the Hallam end. But it really has been a battle of the netminders so far.
It has, yeah. And it's been a good 0-0. You know, you get some 0-0s that are really poor. But this has been certainly a good one for the neutrals. Uni of, as we've said, the underdogs again. But they've been well worthy of going into the break even strength.
Yep, so now we're going to throw it back to our punditry team, and we'll join you in about 15 minutes. But thank you for joining us for this opening period, as Hallam and Uni Sheffield are 0-0.
Oh, and we have just finished the first period with the score remaining 0-0. And absolutely, it's been a fantastic match so far. And as the commentators said, Hallam have dominated. Now, what are we looking forward to for the next part, guys?
I'm looking really forward. If it stays like that, as exciting, then yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next period. Should be really good.
And Oliver, what have you thought of the match so far?
Yeah, I think we've seen a much more expansive game than I think a lot of us thought we would see. A big game like this, you expect it to be a little bit understated in the first 20. No goals, as we often see in a big game like this, but so many transitions. The University of Sheffield really getting on the break a lot of times, a few odd-man rushes, where they've got more men in the attacking zone. Yeah, really interesting to see.
It has definitely been a cagey affair thus far,
Yeah.
with teams sort of getting into the game a little bit.
Absolutely. And Sam, watching the game, what do you think that the game plan is for the next period?
Well, I suppose both teams need to look at essentially, well, one, why they haven't scored yet. But defensively, both teams have been really good. So I suppose, apart from Hallam needs to maybe be caught less on the break. Few errors, sloppy transitions in possession, down when they're in the attacking end, has meant that the University of Sheffield has been able to sort of get them on the counter-attack, and I think that if Hallam could try and stop that, then Hallam have got a really good chance of going on to be victorious again in this here ice hockey match.
Absolutely. And Oliver, can we talk for 1 minute about Sheffield Hallam's great penalty kill?
Yeah, when you're short-handed, you expect to spend a lot of time in your own defensive zone, but we saw a lot of the puck being in neutral ice and also a few attacks for Hallam. It's wasted opportunities for the University of Sheffield, who want to be using that 2 minutes really to have as many shots on goal as possible. Nick Winters wasn't tested at all, and they'll be really frustrated about that. But yeah, really good work from the special team from Hallam.
Great. And Oliver, going into the next period, what do you think the game plan will be?
Well, I think Hallam will want to use the boards more. They'll want to stretch the University of Sheffield out a lot more than they have been doing. They've been just ahead of the net a lot of the time, University of, and they really haven't been tested. They're comfortable, and it's varsity. You cannot let the other team get comfortable ever.
Absolutely. So I suppose we will end on Sam. Who do you think is going to score next?
Well, I'm really not sure. I think that the quality of the Hallam team will come out in the second period and into the third. So I would imagine that realistically it's going to be the Hallam team that will score first. But I'm sure the fans right behind us at the University of Sheffield are going to hope that I'm talking essentially rubbish.
It's an electric atmosphere.
So we'll
Sorry, Sam. It is an absolutely electric atmosphere, as you can tell. Oliver, going into the next part, who are we looking out for?
We're probably going to be looking out for Janssens, for Hallam. I mean, he's been creating opportunities himself. Some stick play has been fantastic. There were a few times where he picked the ball up in their own defensive zone and got all the way through neutral ice to create a scoring opportunity for him. I expect him to do a lot more of that in the second period.
Absolutely fantastic. So we're going to hand you back to our commentary team, Scott and George, for the next period when it starts.
Welcome back to the Utility Arena here in Sheffield for the ice hockey varsity between Sheffield Hallam University and the University of Sheffield. After 20 minutes, it's 0-0 between these two teams as we're seeing them stood in the tunnel about to come back onto the ice. But George, just to recap, a great period, lots of shots, a fast, frenetic pace, and that physicality that the sport's so known for. And it was great to see that early on with both teams setting the stalls out early.
It was, and it's they have set the stall out, and that's what I was hoping they were going to do. So, given we've got 40 minutes left of this, it's been enjoyable in the first. Let's hope the next two periods can follow that, because that's what the fans want to see. They want to see physical hockey. They've not come here, they've not spent 15 quid a pop to come out and see people just, you know, mosey around the ice a little bit. They're here to see them go at each other, and hopefully there's more of the same.
Absolutely, as both teams now do make their way onto the ice. The opening period was a real battle between the netminders, Nick Winters, who we can see for Sheffield Hallam University, and Yuki Higuchi, who's yet to come onto the ice. But an excellent netminding performance, and that's what you want. You rely on your netminders, they're the backbone of your team, and they're such a vital and integral part. And last year we talked about the score, it was 4-1 to Sheffield Hallam, but Uni of Sheffield, they were leading 1-0 going into the third period with 13 minutes left. But as they are tonight, Uni of Sheffield, they're very short benched. They've got 5 less out-skating players than Hallam, and that could have an effect once again. And that did the damage last year by having too many tired players, not enough players on the ice. And George, no signs of that so far. There's still 40 minutes left to play. And do you think having 5 less players, Uni of Sheffield, that'll eventually wear them down and Hallam will take advantage?
Sometimes, Scott, I think it works the opposite way when you've got less players. I really do. Like, even though technically in ice hockey you're supposed to have, what, almost 20 skaters really, well, nearing 20 skaters really. It sometimes does you a favour to have less people because you get more of a rhythm, you get more into it. I don't know, I think Uni have been good for their 0-0 so far this year, and they certainly haven't looked like they're conceding anytime soon either, but that might be a curse at commentator, and Yuki might let one in straight away.
Yeah, absolutely, and as we've done in the past, and me and George have commentated on previous varsities, we've said about great netminding performances, and then a netminder will go and let in a goal almost within 20 seconds or so. Yep. As we're about to get underway here at Utility Arena, Uni Sheffield will win the face-off this time. They'll just look to gain possession along the boards, and they do. Now it's with Sam Parkin. Parkin will just take it to his left-hand side and look for options. Tries to find a man in the middle, but no one's there, so a puck battle ensues. Bennett will win that one and go D to D. Goes to Vasuki Tawana. Now he's looking for options, and he'll find a nice pass along the boards there to Ryan Marsden. Marsden will look for options himself as a shot will just get deflected over the plexiglass, resulting in our first break within the second period, 29 seconds in. But yeah, encouraging start so far, as we're just going to get a line change now. That's when both teams will just swap over players, where all 5 players in this occasion have come onto the ice. So for those who are unfamiliar with the rules, it's not like football where you get substitutes. It's, yeah, you've got almost rolling substitutes in hockey where you're allowed line changes, and generally 30 seconds to 45 seconds is the time that players are on the ice, although some will stay out a little longer, as we've now got Fraley in possession. He'll just lose out though, as Reed will try and keep that in the zone, and he does. Now it's once again with Fraley. As Fraley will try and find a pass in front, but that one will just go wide. Uni of Sheffield will clear. Hallam first to get back though with Sam Colton. Colton will just skate it out. He's a very gifted skater, Sam Colton, also plays in the NIHL. Colton does well to avoid a hit, but he'll just lose the puck as he's doing so. It's a big hit from Fraley. He'll just put his man Hargreaves down on the ice, who just bounces back up straight away, and full credit to Hargreaves. He shows no ill effects of that hit, as he's still battling away with Fraley in the corner. And Hallam will just dump that once in again. Now it's with Fraley. He'll use his imposing figure and size to just settle things down a little. As the shot will just go over the net there. Hallam will look to regain possession after a sustained spell in the zone, and they almost kept it in. Uni Sheffield will break. Possible 2-on-1, but they're not quite quick enough. I think tired legs took over there, and they've gone for a line change. Now with Luke Reed, whose sister Katie played in the twos varsity and had an excellent game on Monday evening, with Hallam being 8-4 winners. As we've got an offside call, but George, talking of the twos varsity, that's one you played in. You played for Hallam, you won, George, so wearing a Hallam jersey, you know what it feels like to win, and that must have been a great experience for you on Monday as well.
Yeah, it was good, and it was, even though there was much less of a crowd at Sheffield the other night, it's still nice to have some people supporting you, and nice to have intermissions between periods as well to obviously have a bit of a breather. But just to hit a side note on the hit that Geoffrey Hargreaves just took down there, I think I'd be in A&E by now if that were me.
Absolutely, and yeah, would have certainly caught up to you with your speed, George. Anyway.
Oh, it would have.
But now with Uni Sheffield behind their net, they'll look to skate it out, but under pressure a little, and is forced to dump it. So now back with Colton once again. Sorry, that's Ben Crowther. Janssens couldn't quite get a hold of that one, so it's now with Crowther. But he's almost dispossessed by Michael Schlozzy, who had a bit of an injury in the first period, but seems to be showing no ill effects of that in this one. Now it's once again with Marcus Janssens. The shot will just come in. That one's turned aside, and that one's deflected over the plexiglass, but seems to be all Hallam so far, George, in this opening 2 minutes and 23 seconds.
Yeah, it does. They've come out of the blocks, haven't they, really? They've almost utilised like this opening couple of minutes maybe to tire the Uni of out, and we'll see. I'm not sure if they can keep it up.
There's a shot will just come in there straight from the face-off, resulting in another face-off. Danny Hay trying to provide the screen in front, and Danny Hay, the captain, he was coaching the twos varsity over at Sheffield on Monday, and a very experienced player, Danny Hay, using his knowledge there to try and take away the eyes from Yuki Higuchi. Now it's with Fusuki Tawana. He'll just dump it in the corner. Can't quite find an intended man though, with Hargreaves now looking to break it out for Uni Sheffield. Bennett will just dump that one back in. Sam Rogers will try and chase, but is out-muscled along the boards. Now with Hallam, Fusuki Tawana will just try and settle things down. Now with Bennett, he'll find Haid. Now with Sam Rogers, does well to avoid a poke check. Uni Sheffield looking to regain, and they do. Excellent poke check from Uni Sheffield, but Rogers does regain possession. There's a nice little pass there. There's a cut in front, and that one will just go over the net. Hallam just trying to assert a little bit of pressure in the Uni zone, trying to take advantage of some tired legs possibly. As Rogers does well to find Fusuki Tawana, he'll just fire wide. Excellent shot, powerful shot from Fusuki Tawana, who captained Thailand in under-20s to a gold medal recently. As he'll play the body, Fusuki Tawana. He's a big boy, he's not afraid to use his body as well, as he does well. Nice pass, but couldn't quite find his man. Very smart player. Nathan Bennett will fire a shot in. Lots of pressure now for Sheffield Hallam University. Uni of Sheffield looking tired out there, wanting a line change, but they can't quite do so until they clear the puck. And now they have an opportunity to do that, as Nathan Bennett does well to win the puck back from an ensuing Geoffrey Hargreaves. They'll play it out to the wing as a nice cross-ice pass goes in. And couldn't quite get a handle of that. Ryan Marsden is a big hit along the bench on Hargreaves, who seems to be out there for an eternity, and he'll look for a change as he goes off now. Now it's with Rogers using his speed down this right-hand side as he cuts into the slot, broken up nicely. Rogers probably guilty of doing one too many sort of moves there. Probably should have looked for an outlet pass instead of doing it alone. As Hallam looking to link up nicely, as the shot will just whistle wide. Good opportunity once again from Hallam as they look to set up with Otley. Otley in front with a pass to Rogers. That one's broken up. Uni of Sheffield really on the back foot now. Now with that man Haid as a possible opportunity in front. A little bit of stick work from Haid, a bit niggly out there. As Uni will look to break with Parkin as the shot comes in, and Winters does well to cover. Parkin will just look at a bit of a push and shove in front with Luke Reed. And the fans there really enjoying that one, but really good sustained spell of pressure for Hallam there, George.
Well, yeah, it's almost a shot against the run of play, really, there. Looked to be all Hallam in that, almost the opening 5 minutes, in fact. So, the fact that Uni have just come up and there broke away, almost got a goal for themselves, you know, it's a credit to them.
Oliver Keelan will lose out on the face-off, and Uni will gain possession in the Hallam zone. Now with Crowther. Crowther will look for options. Sam Colton wanted it, but he opted for Ryan Fraley on the left wing instead. Fraley does well to evade his man. As a nice pass from Fraley. Shot comes in. Good save there from Yuki Higuchi. He had to be alert to those as a double save came in. Uni Sheffield looking to counter. There's a big hit from Colton on the boards. As as Adam Brooksmith was the man taking the hit. Older brother Tom Brooksmith played many years for Sheffield Bears, also president at one point. As a big hit comes in, that looked like a knee. I think that should have been called, but it hasn't. As yeah, Hallam very frustrated with that one. And to me, George, that looked like a clear-cut penalty.
Yeah, that certainly looked like it. Sam Colton. Yeah, I'd say that's a trip. At least a trip. Because Sam Colton is not going to go down like that, is he, if he's only just been caught. I think it was the outstretched knee of the Union player. I don't think it was intentional. I think he was going to try and play the puck, but he has definitely caught him. Yeah, there should have been a call there from two experienced refs.
So Ben Crowther will just look to settle this. He takes a big hit behind the board. Crowther doesn't know whether it's Christmas or breakfast as he's skated off gingerly. Now with Hallam once again, as that momentum swings their way. Hallam will just look to regain with Oliver Keelan looking for the puck. Keelan can't quite get the puck, and he ensues in a board battle. As a big hit just avoided there. With Marcus Janssen trying to play the body. Once again, Hallam a big hit again once again. This game is physical, and a hit off the plate from Lewis Jones and Uni Sheffield on a break as the shot comes in. Goal! Uni Sheffield with the goal. The fans are jubilant just in front of us, and a cracking goal, and it's 1-0 Uni Sheffield. 6 minutes and 3 seconds into the second period.
Yeah, he's has nothing been called there? No?
There was no penalty on the play.
Well, that's incredible. It seemed like there was a big collision from Lewis Jones. Seemed to take his man absolutely out. Uni Sheffield will be flabbergasted that they took the lead here. I'm sure there was a penalty to call, but anyway, it's 1-0.
Yeah,
That's what we wanted.
Great goal. Looked like Lawson Glasby, who scored that goal, leading by example, the captain. Great finish, and he went blocker side just below the blocker in Winters, so he'll probably maybe want that one back, but on a breakaway it's always going to be tough. We'll get goal confirmation shortly as Hallam looking to respond. It's a big hit once again from Will Hale. He's had an excellent game so far. We will get confirmation shortly of the goal. It is Lawson Glasby, the captain, who is credited with the goal. Radu Nikolai with an assist. Uni Sheffield looking to add to their tally. It's definitely Lawson Glasby who scored the goal on the breakaway, number 84 Uni Sheffield, as Hallam will look to just apply a little bit of pressure now and try and regain that momentum. Uni Sheffield will look to skate it out, try to add to their tally. It's certainly number 80 who gained the goal, Lawson Glasby. Junior Sheffield will look to settle it down. Hallam will try and set up in their defensive zone. Now it's with Fasuki Tawana, who will look to, as a shot comes in, that one's blocked aside nicely by Higuchi. Now with Danny Haid, Captain Danny Haid will look to respond. His opposite number in the captain form scored earlier as Haid takes a bit of a trip. Now it's back with Otley. As the shot comes in front, Uni Sheffield, rebound still loose, puck still has a few extra whacks and taps there. Nick Winter's not happy about that. Sam Rogers will just clear the man in front, and seems to be a little bit of confusion, George, over the goal, but for me that did definitely look like Lawson Glasby.
I'm sure that was Lawson Glasby. Yeah. We'll see it on the big screen here. Yeah, it's definitely Lawson Glasby.
Yeah, Lawson Glasby with the goal, as we were sure, and all teammates of ours.
Just going to say, Hallam are rattled here. You need to capitalise on this.
Yeah, Captain Lawson Glasby does celebrate, so definitely confirmation that Glasby did score the goal, as Hallam will just look to just settle the tempo down. They'll look to counter once again. Now with Luke Neal, who just gets dispossessed. Now with Captain Danny Haid, will look to respond. Calm heads prevail for Danny Haid. There's a possible chance for Hallam. That one trickles through the goal mouth. Uni Sheffield do clear. Goes as far as number 18 for Hallam. As Hallam will look to settle. They'll gain the zone through Rogers. Rogers will take it for his troubles, but still has the puck. does well to avoid the oncoming hit there. It's Nathan Otley before who set up the play in the zone and did well. It's a big hit once again in the corner as Fraley will just have a shot. And that one will just whistle high and that'll catch Lewis Jones rather gingerly, and he'll absorb that one with his internal padding, as we'll call it. And 11:26 remaining in the second period. Please do get in your tweets to @ForgeTV, @GeorgeBarber, and @Cliffy94. Also George Barber's other account, @StealThePuck, which we will be manning tonight. And it'd be good to hear your shout-outs if you're watching. I know Jonathan Wilbix, an old Bears teammate of mine, who's also played in these varsities, is watching. Great guy, Jonathan Wilbix, back in Canada. So thank you for joining us, Jonathan. As Hallam will look to counter. I know Jonathan will be supporting Uni of Sheffield and he'll be happy right now. Hallam do well to regain the puck. Can't quite get a handle of it, and Uni of Sheffield will break. Looking for a possible 2-on-1, but Hallam do well to get back. Sam Parkins hooked back a little bit on the play there. Parkin wants the return pass from Schlozzy, but he doesn't get it. Schlozzy will backhand it back to Parkin. As Parkin will backhand and the puck's still loose. Hallam do well to clear though and alleviate some pressure. There's a few frustrated Uni of Sheffield players as they've knocked that one down for an icing, which means the pressure will now go back on Hallam. So yeah, 10:44, George, and great game so far. The fans are getting into it, as we can see. And what a spectacle. Yeah,
it's been, well, it's one of them, isn't it? It's an underdog story already so far. But Uni have been well worth the lead for me. It's been a very even game.
Yeah, so Uni with possession in the corner. They'll look to just add to the tally. Now with Hargreaves, even though he's diminutive in stature, he does well against the board to try and regain the ball back. Uni of Sheffield can't quite keep it in the zone, so that will be an offside, and it was. Player is giving Ethan Hardy, the linesman, a little bit of verbals, but that one did come out. Sometimes it's hard to see when you're in the thick of things. So we will have a face-off to the left of Nick Winters, just outside the Hallam zone. As the Uni of Sheffield bench. Hallam lose out on the face-off. Schlozzy does well to just find the ball. Hallam will be on the back foot now as Bennett will look to clear. Now it's with Glasby, will just dump it back in the corner. It's a big hit on the boards, and that one's called. And Hallam will go on the power play. There's a possible chance for them to try and gain the goal back. As Uni of Sheffield will touch up, and that will result in an icing, a bit of a shove after the whistle. But Hallam will go on the power play. We'll get confirmation of Pensley, but I believe it's a boarding penalty, and that will go against very experienced Michael Schlozzy. He'll probably be a little bit frustrated with himself after that one.
He will be, but I think Michael will know that he's been he saw the big hit on one of the Hallam lads, Frank Crowther, just a few minutes before. And yeah, it's a definite penalty. I'm not sure if it'll go down as a boarding. Probably a boarding, I would say. Yeah. So yeah, it's definite one from Biggs.
Yeah, it's definitely.
He'll know it as well.
Hallam will look for a possible chance now. Hallam do gain possession with Hayes. They almost temporarily lose it. So the shot will just get deflected over from Sam Rogers. Hallam will just set up. Now with Fasuki Tawana. Now back to Fasuki Tawana on the point. He'll go D to D. So the shot will just come in, that one will just go over. Didn't miss by much. Hallam, who have an excellent power play. They're just doing well to cycle the puck with Rogers. And playing in the umbrella formation with Rogers a forward on the point. So giving Hallam extra options and looking for those wingers who'll be on the circles. As, that one's broken up at centre ice, but he's now with Haid. Haid will just look to settle it down. He'll find an option on the point with Rogers once again. Rogers will go to Fasuki Tawana. Now back to Rogers. Rogers' shot comes in, that one will just get saved nicely in front. And a bit of pushing and shoving in front. Nathan Bennett looking for some loose change in the crease, and players taking exception. And the gloves have been dropped. Well, the linesman have got in there, which is a shame. As referee will call both players by the looks of it, and he has indeed. Referee Tom Perrin, former Sheffield Bear Tom Perrin, who's played in these varsities himself, has called both players there. So it looks like Nathan Bennett for Sheffield Hallam and
definitely here. He was definitely tapping away at Yuki Higuchi. Lewis Jones even warned him in the first period, don't do that to my player. And I think he's took exception now, and 2 roughing calls, I would say that is.
That's a bit of a shove in front. Bennett might get an extra penalty for the slash in front, which led to Lewis Jones dropping his gloves and getting a few punches in there. So fair play. Lewis Jones, like we said, 364 days a year, these teams will play with each other. For that one day a year, they will play against each other.
Yeah.
And when you play against each other, you've got testosterone, you've got bragging rights on the line, you've got a trophy at the end of it to be lifted. Friendships get left aside, and out there, everyone's enemies. So, having played in this myself, and you as well, George, over at the Sues, can certainly attest to that as a shot will just come in.
They're not having it on the Uni on, they don't like it standing in front of the goal after the whistle. It's good to see as well. You need to stand up for your team.
Exactly, and Hallam will just want to get under Yuki Higuchi's skin to try and get away back into this game, because it's been a brick wall out there so far, so they'll want to rile him and put a bit of pressure on him, as they do well to win the face-off. Now with Fraley. Fraley goes to his point, as a shot comes in and that one, goal! Sheffield Hallam with the equalizer on the power play, and they score and make it 1-1.
Yeah, great shot there. See him. Look, he looked up. Was it Colton?
Yeah, it looks like going to the bench.
Joe Colton. It was a very, very good shot. He lined that one up as well. Absolute laser over the shoulder of Yuki Higuchi. Oh, I see him. He's a bullet into the top corner, and a very cool celebration as well.
Great goal from Sam Colton.
Sam Colton. Is there 2 Coltons out? Oh no, there's just one.
There was 2 Coltons last year, George.
Last year.
Yeah, this year just the one Sam Colton.
Is this not the same game?
Who would have thought it? As Sam Colton with the goal, we will get confirmation shortly as the shot comes in. That one's just whistled down. And Sam Colton credited with the goal, and a great goal it was from Sam. Nathan Otley with the assist. Oliver Keeling, the second assist on the play. So Hallam 1-1, they'll look to be adding to that on the power play. Hallam will just look to regain possession. It's a pass to the point to Crowther. That one will just go slightly astray, but he does well to recover. Now with Marcus Janssens. Yeah. And Hallam will look to set up. Both players will get 2 minutes for a roughing. Oh, Bennett will get a slash, which I mentioned about in front of the net.
It was a great spot from you, that, Scott.
Yeah, I'm eagle-eyed. I've had my carrots today, George, so my eyesight is 20/20, except for these black and yellow jerseys sometimes. As Hallam will look to dump it in, and now it's with Ben White. He'll just get dispossessed. Sorry, James White. Ben White played in a previous varsity. Junior Sheffield will just look to settle it down. They'll be looking to turn the momentum back, but not doing that with giving away the puck cheaply in the neutral zone. As Hallam will look to gain the zone, and they do. As Barris does well to avoid a hit, he'll go for a change. As Ryan Marsden takes a bit of a hit, but he shrugs that one off nicely. Hallam will look to set up. Rogers was calling for a pass. He'll find and fire it as a cross. There's a shot from Fasuka Tawana. That one will just get deflected. Still with Fasuka Tawana, though. Now with Haid. Haid will knock it off to Fasuka Tawana. Rogers is asking for the pass, but Fasuka Tawana will pass to him, but just as well to keep it in the zone. Almost went out, which would have resulted in players being in an offside position. Now with Rogers. Rogers hands it back to Fasuka Tawana. Those two linking up nicely. It's a shot in front from Hallam. Rebound still loose. Danny Haid can't quite get a handle of it. He'll look to wrap it around, but Uni Sheffield do well to get numbers back, and they'll cover that one now. But a good opportunity once again from Hallam.
Yeah, what I've just noticed there, Scott, is Hallam seems to be sending out their more experienced, more physical players now. I think at the start of the period, for some reason, they seem to send out the more sort of third liners, more or less. I don't think I've seen much of Danny Hyde this period personally, and now he's just come out there and he's made a big impact, as well as Francisco Tuana.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like you say, that physical element is key. When you're trying to rattle players, get into the heads, get under the goalie's skin, you know, it does pay dividends in the end, because those players will be watching the backs when they go into the corner. There's a physical player tonight, Will Hale, does well to play the pass out. The goaltender come excellent defenseman. So a shot will just whistle wide from Nikolai. Hallam do well just to play it out. It's now with Fraley once again. He'll look to dump it in. Fraley has no options though, so Uni Sheffield turn it over and they'll look to come the other way. Do well to gain control of the puck. Now with that man Parkin, who we've seen what he can do out there, very talented player. Parkin looking for a shot. Very smart move from Parkin, no option on, so he tried to hit it off the back of Winter's leg, trying to catch him off guard to go into the net. Very veteran, experienced move from the young Parkin. As Will Hale will just dump that one temporarily. As Hallam also dumps. It's a bit like a ping-pong game once again out there. Not really settling for both teams. Probably a bit nervy and tentative now. There's lots on stake, still at 1 apiece here with 5:48 remaining in this second period here at the Utility Arena. Hallam will look to skate it out. They do so. Some excellent skating from Reid, who will just fall over his own man there. Reid will try and regain possession, and Hallam do well. There's a shot will just come in. That one will just hit Hale in front, who does well to clear. Excellent once again from Will Hale. You know what, for a netminder, he's having a superb game. As Hargreaves will take a bump as the puck's still loose for Schwarzy in front. And Uni Sheffield do well to just clear it temporarily. Hallam will break though. Hallam will just look for the drop passes. The shot will just come in, and a good save there from Yuki Iguchi. Nice glove save. Once again, end to end, George, here at the Utility Arena.
Yeah, it's good. It's what the fans are enjoying, you can tell. It's a good save as well from Yuki Higuchi. That just takes it out of the air with his glove. It's end to end. It's hard to catch a breath.
Yeah, absolutely. So face-off now to the left of Higuchi. Uni will do well. I think they've done well in the face-off circle tonight, Uni and Sheffield.
They have.
Yeah, they've certainly helps alleviate pressure, because when you do win the face-off, you gain possession, and obviously you can play it out the zone if you're in the defensive end. They do well, and obviously in the offensive end, it's a helpful thing to do, because you can play back to your point and control the play. There's a possible pass comes in there. That was just broken up nicely. Uni Sheffield do look to clear, but Hallam turn it over, and Uni Sheffield will block in front well though through Lewis Jones, who we know is a physical, imposing defenseman from his pleasantries exchanged earlier, shall we say.
Yeah.
Now it's with Sam Rogers. Great pass from Rogers to his right wing. Hallam just looking to set up, but we're stuck at the blue line. They will gain that now with Colton. Goal scorer for Hallam will just avoid a hit along the boards. Colton will play it back to Humphries. Now back to Crowther. Crowther loses the puck though. Now with Sam Rogers, as a shot will just come in. That one's saved nicely. That one's out in front. Danny Hayde making a nuisance of himself. As Hayde will just look for options. He'll go to Humphries. Humphries will dump, and they'll go for a change. Sam Rogers will stay out and just apply a bit of pressure as he looks to try and dispossess the Uni Sheffield demon behind the net. Foot race now for Uni Sheffield. Fasuka Tawana's back though. Very experienced player who does well to regain the puck. They'll just play that one out. I'll do well. Possible break here. Uni Sheffield getting back though. Couple of plays back. 3-on-2 for Hallam. There's a possible shot in front to the back post. Couldn't quite put it away. Looked like Sam Rogers once again at the back post who might get a handle of that. And Uni Sheffield will dump that one down, and it goes for icing. So 3:21 left in this second period. In a good period, both teams getting on the score sheet. 0-0 after the first, 1 apiece now, George. Couple of goals, bit of fisticuffs is what you need in a hockey game.
It is what you need in a hockey game, and I think everyone's enjoying it. You can tell the crowd's really lifted, and I couldn't pick between the two teams at this stage who's going to go on and win it.
It's too close to call, and it's a good thing about this game. We've got at least 23 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in this game. If the score does stay like this at the end of regulation, we will be going to overtime and a penalty shootout, as Hallam do well to just break up the intended shot. There's a hit on the boards. Nathan Bennett finishing his hit on Joe Faulkner. Nathan Bennett with another hit once again. Big lad on D will look to play the body, and he does. He'll just skate it out himself. Goes to his right wing now with goal scorer Colton. Colton looking for options in front. He'll just shoot that one, as Fraley was wanting to pass at the back post. Glove save Higuchi. 2:43 left in the second period. as we mentioned earlier, do get your tweets into Forge TV, do get your tweets into myself and George Barber at Cliffy94 for Scott Ancliffe, and Steal the Puck for George Barber. So feel free to shout in if you want some shout outs on air, we'll man those. Face off just to the left of Yuki Iguchi. Hallam will win the draw, which is something that's not gone in their favour tonight generally, as they'll just dump it down. As they couldn't quite control that with James White, so they'll just temporarily lose out on possession. Now with the excellent Will Hale, will just look to clear. As his intended pass is tripped up. There's a pass in front there, couldn't quite find Luke Reed with the pass. He's also had an excellent game, the young defenseman who's played in Sheffield for his junior career as well.
So skater Luke Reed as well.
Yeah, he's got the hockey hair as well. He's got the hockey flow going on. So generally, hockey players in North America like to have nice long flowing locks, and Luke Reed is a very stereotypical looking hockey player in terms of the absolute lovely flow, which I'm very envious of. So Hallam will look to just dump it in the zone. Josh Barras will try and pursue. He'll just put a shot on net, which will get turned aside by Higuchi. Barras will regain control and just knock it out to Janssens. It's broken up now with White. There's a pass in front. Just couldn't quite find his man. There's a shot will just come in there from Otley. That one's broken up. So it gives opportunity for Will Hale to think about his options now. Decide to skate it over the red and try and dump, but he's hit there at centre ice from Marcus Janssens playing the body on Hale. Hale didn't like that. Hallam will look to respond. Luke Reed does well to regain control of the puck. It's a possible pass in front, almost from his intended target. Josh Humphries will have to go back and chase. Humphries, another great skater. He'll look for options. Can't quite find his man though, so Uni Sheffield gives them a chance to recover, and they do. Now with Uni Sheffield, Postle, one-on-one break. Sam Parkin using his spin, he'll hit the post, the outside of the post. Parkin, great opportunity there with 1 minute remaining in this second period. Now once again with Sheffield Hallam, now with Crowther, he'll just look for an outlet. Crowther will decide to try and skate it out, but he does hand it off to Captain Danny Hayde. He'll find Humphries. Humphries up the boards. Goes to Sam Rogers, who's been impactful on this game, but he'll lose out there. Commentator's curse. As Uni Sheffield will look to skate it out. They're under a bit of pressure. Nikolai was under pressure there. Excellent back checking from Captain Danny Hayde. But Danny Hayde, excellent player, George. Both ends of the ice. Not just a great offensive player, but defensively there to get back and back check like that to dispossess Nikolai of the puck. Great play from him.
Danny Hyde is a brilliant player, and you can say that with all your chest, really, can't you? He's done really well. I think he's still at an NIHL team somewhere. I can't quite remember now.
Widnes, I believe.
Widnes Wild, that's the one.
It's a good job. Someone's done the research, George. Just kidding. As Uni of Sheffield do turn it over. Puck will be offside though, as it came out the zone. Ethan Hardy with his hand up, the Elite League linesman, also another product of the junior system in Sheffield. Some very experienced officials out there who've refereed at the highest level tonight. They're just having a little consultation at centre ice. Might have been due to referee can overrule in such circumstances, and if they do make a mistake in terms of the linesman, the referee can put the draw back to centre ice, but they decide to go for the original intended face-off circle just in front of the Uni Sheffield bench.
That's another face-off violation from Hallam in this game.
It's indeed well spotted. George Barber's been eating his carrots as well for his eyesight, as Oliver Keelan will lose out on the draw. So Lewis Jones will just dump that one in, and it goes on net. That one a little bit problematic almost for Winters. I don't think he was quite expecting that. As the whistle and the buzzer will go at the end of the second period here at the Utility Arena. It was 0-0 after the first period. Now it's 1 apiece, and some excellent goals so far tonight. Lawson Glasby, the captain for Hallam, who got the goal, and Sam Colton, the assistant captain of Hallam, getting the goal. So great game so far, and we'll throw it back to our punditry team, and we'll see you in approximately 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Scott and George. The score currently stands as 1-1 with an underdog score from Gillespie, the Uni Ofs captain. So, Oliver, let's talk about the Uni Ofs aggression in the offensive zone first of all.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of chances created by forechecks in the offensive zone for the University of Sheffield. It gives them the possession of the puck high up without having to go through the neutral zone. It's a really good way of an instant chance, and that, I mean, it's worked very early on in the period.
So I think what we did see is we saw that happen where, you know, Hallam gave up possession, and then they were straight, Uni of Sheffield was straight on it, and then obviously produced a goal.
That's exactly it.
Absolutely. And the next goal, so what did you think about each goal? Oliver, you go first.
Yeah, well, Lawson Glasby's been one of the highest scoring defencemen in the NIHL 2 Northern Division for the past couple of years. We've seen it again. To have a defenceman put a finish like that in, you don't see often. There was a fantastic shot right into the top shelf. A really good start, and I think people were getting excited on the Uni Ofs side.
Definitely. Well, the University of Sheffield side were probably thinking, well, we might be on here.
Finally.
But obviously, Hallam then bring it back with probably their quality starting to shine through a little bit.
Yeah, it was the quality of the umbrella formation where they've got two players either side of the net screening the keeper, and it meant Nathan Otley with a wrist shot to the back stick. Colton was there to just tap it in. Really, really easy, really effective from Hallam.
Now, Nathan Otley is someone who we were expecting to see maybe on the score sheet. It was certainly someone that we were talking about a fair bit before the game.
Absolutely. So as we go into the final period, we are looking towards right at the minute, Sheffield Hallam have possession. So, Sam, is that going to continue?
I think it will. I think what we've seen in this period is the Hallam University starting to show their class. They've got into the game. They are arguably the better team in this fight. So we're probably going to see a bit more of that. There will be more possession up in the university's half. The Hallam University are going to, I think, show their class even more. Maybe we won't see the same level of capitulation as we did last year, but I think that the Hallam quality will definitely come through. University of Sheffield can maybe keep trying to get on the break, get on the end of those bits of poor possession from Hallam. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of that high Hallam possession.
Absolutely. And, you know, let's talk about also the missed opportunities of Uni of Sheffield. Oliver, tell me about that.
Yeah, we're seeing the number 92, Sam Parkin, getting through neutral zone, getting into that offensive area. He's creating opportunities for himself. And we're seeing odd man rush. There was one point where I think there were 4 Uni of attackers and 2 defenders, but Parkin didn't pass. And we've seen that too many times, maybe 3 or 4 times, where you'd maybe expect him to play it sideways, give someone else the opportunity to put it into the back of the net. We haven't seen that. I think they'll be kicking themselves, because Uni of, for all the talk we've had of Hallam's quality, Uni of could be 2-3 ahead here.
Lovely. And before we go back to our commentators, what are your expectations for the final period?
So I think my expectations are that probably Hallam will get more and more into the game as they have done. I do think that it will be a Hallam victory in the end. I do think that they have the better quality. But you never know, there might be a bit of a University of Sheffield upset. They might be able to keep getting on the end of those breaks, but I think we'll probably see a bit more of what we've already sort of seen in the second period going into the third.
Yeah, the third period's where you see all the action in big games like this. It's balanced on a knife's edge. Either side can win this. Hallam can use their quality, but we've got some really, really quality players on the Uni of side. Anything can happen in the last few minutes.
Lots to look forward to then. So before we hand you back to our commentators, this will be a very short break. And the sports officers are currently out on the ice. So we will bring you that footage right now.
Welcome to Forge TV.
So we're Forge TV and we're a student working committee that produces lots of content. So our main events are Varsity and elections, where we do big live streams.
But we're definitely trying to push this year for other projects around that. A lot of our committee have got new ideas, which is really interesting to bring to the table. I want to do international students interviews. So this is something that we can bring it up to the Forge TV meeting or anything that we want to do.
What we're trying to work on at the moment is celebrating Sheffield's music scene, and we're going to be live streaming local bands, and we really want people to get involved.
So anything you want to get involved with, anything you want to make, that's what Forge TV is all about.
I got involved because I saw the Forge TV stall at the activities fair in my first year. I've always been interested in doing media because I did it for A-level, but then I've come to university to do engineering, so I wanted to do some sort of media-based activities.
I was originally a radio presenter, still am. I do my own show on Forge Radio, and then someone came along and said, look, we need presenters for the elections coverage, you do politics, come and get involved. So I got involved through that. And then this year I decided to take up a committee role.
I wanted to try something completely new that I'd never done before, as well as push myself out my comfort zone, and Forge TV was perfect for that.
I love TV. I was involved in Forge Radio before this, but decided that TV was definitely more for me.
I got involved with Forge TV because it was extracurricular activity. I've studied journalism, so this I thought would give me a great boost up, and it definitely has.
So when I was coming to uni, I had done a bit of photography before, but not much media of this sort of thing, so I wanted to try it out, and I saw Forge TV online and I thought it looked interesting, so I thought I'd just go for it.
I've become more confident. Just a few months ago, I never could have imagined doing something like this, but here I am.
I've improved massively being on Forge TV. When I joined the committee as head of graphics, I didn't really have any experience with Adobe Photoshop. I was making it up as I went along. Through repetition, by practicing a lot, I've become fully confident making graphics, designing logos, doing everything that's required for the role.
I wouldn't say I'm really confident in all kind of cameras or anything that are related to TV so far. Still not confident to say that, but I'm really happy because I'm improving every day, every time I'm in Forge TV.
So I've learned so much, both technical skills, but also just working with other people, sort of team working skills, working these projects, sort of time management, organisation skills. Just been great to be part of a team.
But I think generally my on-camera presenting has got better. I had to read from a teleprompter, I had to be a lot more professional about it, I had to get used to knowing sort of scripts and things, whereas before I've always tended to just waffle on, like a bit like I'm doing now.
I think just working as a team, the committee are all great people, and if there's something that you're not very good at, there's definitely someone else who can help you with it.
What's great about Forge TV is you get involved in front of the camera, behind the camera, whatever you want. So if you're not as comfortable in front of the camera, you get involved behind the camera and be equally involved.
It's so welcoming, both in the committee and outside of the committee, because it can be quite intimidating, but it's so worthwhile.
Last period, with the score currently 1-1, we're now going to hand you back to our commentary team to talk you through the rest of the match.
Welcome back to the Untitled Arena here in Sheffield for the third period of the ice hockey varsity between Sheffield Hallam University and the University of Sheffield. Through the first period it remained 0-0. Through the second period it was 1 apiece. Captain Lawson Glasby got things underway for the University of Sheffield with a great goal, but Sam Colton responded with a goal of his own on the power play during an eventful and physical second period. George, 20 minutes left at least if we don't go to overtime or a shootout. And what a great second period it was. Had a bit of everything, and hopefully a bit more of the same in the third period.
Yeah, I think we will be in for more of the same. Neither team has really been on top, have they? Hallam did have a spell early in the second period. Managed to get themselves quite a few chances, but I think as far as it's going, it's a very tight game, and it could end up the same as last year, we never know, but for Uniov's sake, we hope that doesn't happen. For Hallam's sake, we hope it does.
Referee Andrew Miller is about to drop the puck to commence the start of this third period, in which which Hallam will start by winning the draw. As the intended pass for Danny Hayes cut out as a shot will just come in. Nick Winters does well to just quash that one, and Hallam will look to break, possible 3-on-2 opportunity. As a shot comes in, and that one will just get turned aside by Higuchi. Hallam still with the puck. Once again now is Sam Rogers, who's had an impact on the game so far. Rogers will look for an outlet to his left. Intended pass to Hayde was cut out. Radu Nikolai now in possession, looking for options. He'll find a great pass which almost made it, but Fasuki Tuana with a pass, and that one's just goes wide from Marsden. Hayde plays the body, just finishes his hit. Uni of Sheffield will look to alleviate some pressure as they'll try and dump that one out. Can't quite find his man with backhanded pass, so Hallam will regain control. That man once again, Rogers, he'll dump it into the corner. Now back to Rogers again. He's under a little pressure, but does well to spin away from Parkin as he'll take a hit for his troubles on the boards. Goes as far as Fasuki Tawana on the point. The former Thailand international under-20s gold-winning captain, as he would like me to tell you. There's a shot will come in from him, and that will get turned aside. Now with Hayde, he does well in the corner. Danny Hayde, German superstar. A little bit like Leon Draisaitl out there, the former, the NHLer who's from Germany as well. There's passing the point as that one will come out, bubbling around as the shot comes in. Now we'll just go over from Hayde, went close. Hayde trying to break the deadlock. As the pass comes in and shoot. Once again, that one will just go wide from Bennett, get deflected. As Uni of Sheffield will look to break. Fasuki Tawana misses his man. Bennett with a big hit, and a superbly timed hit from Bennett. There's another big hit on the boards. Bennett will miss his man, but we've got a player injured on the plate. Looks like Danny Hayde out there, captain, which is not nice to see. Danny Hayde, a very experienced player. As the physicality ramps up once again with Hargreaves putting the body on his man. Hayde looking in a lot of discomfort out there, George, and this is not nice to see. You never like to see anyone injured on the ice.
No, it's not. I didn't actually. I'm hoping for a replay here, Scott.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're looking here. Maybe not. I think it follows up the play here. Yeah, so Danny Hyde gets the puck. He loses
just
his
loses
footing.
his edge, yeah.
Yeah, he's in some discomfort, is Danny Hyde as well.
Yeah, that is, with how he went then, and I can empathise, that looked like his knee. So that looked like his right knee. Sorry, his left knee even. So he's now back to his feet with the aid and assistance of his teammates, and he'll gain a clap from both sets of fans who obviously showing their respect to him, which is great to see. But this is a massive loss for Sheffield Hallam, the heartbeat of their team, their leader, their captain, and Matt Barton now must be a little bit worried seeing his player out there, Danny Hayde, who, as we know, is so vastly experienced, and Uni of Sheffield will be looking to take advantage of this, won't they?
They will be looking to take advantage of it, obviously. First and foremost, though, Danny Hyde is okay. Great player, even better coach as well. Best wishes to him as he hobbles off the ice while he gets helped off of the ice. As far as it's concerned with a hockey play, it wasn't a penalty on the play. There was nothing really to be called. It just seemed a mere case of Danny Hyde losing his footing and getting a nasty one into the boards.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because he just ran out of real estate as he was trying to turn back into the corner and just lost his footing, and never nice to see. So we send our best wishes to Danny. Hopefully it's nothing too serious as Luke Reed will just carry the puck into the zone. And he does well to try and offload it to Poulton, who just loses out on the puck. So Hallam will get put on the back foot, and they're under a bit of pressure now. As Uni of Sheffield almost tried to get there and beat out the icing call, but they couldn't. So Uni of Sheffield, at the minute, they'll be looking to take advantage of, obviously, Danny being injured, but also, you know, when you get an injured player who's so pivotal to your team, it really sucks the life out of the bench. It really kind of gets to the morale of the players. So
it does, of course. Yeah, they've lost the captain, so that's never a good thing in hockey.
So Uni of Sheffield will just lose out on the face-off temporarily as Otley will try and keep that one in. And Keelan will just try and pursue, but he misses out as well. And that was ducked in, so plays in an offside position, will have to come out. Uni of Sheffield will dump it down, forcing Reed to go back and collect. So Reed will collect, as Uni of Sheffield will go for a line change, get some much needed fresh legs out there. The intended pass for Colton goes astray. It goes back to Glasby, the goal scorer of the opening goal tonight. Glasby will just knock it along the ice. And now back with Hallam, they do well to regain control. Obviously trying not to, there's a possible chance now with Colton, he does well as a shot comes in. Great save there by Yuki Iguchi as Colton looks for a call. He wasn't happy about that, but Yuki Iguchi with a superbly timed poke check to prevent Hallam gaining the lead, as Hallam do well once again to win the puck back. Now with Marcus Janssens, he'll look for Sam Rogers. Rogers looking to try and find some space, but he's under pressure along the boards. Now back to Janssens. Will just tie up his man, but the puck will just trickle by. Glasby settles things back down once again. As the headman pass will not find its intended target, so Humphreys will take advantage of that. Sheffield will go for a change once again while Hallam look for options, but they can't quite make it out the zone. So it's a bit back and forth in terms of giving away possession tonight, which both teams will be looking to kind of eliminate in hopes of getting back into this game and getting on the score sheet as Josh Barris tries to apply some pressure. Former Sheffield Ice Tiger, who was a teammate of mine for a number of years, great guy. As Hallam are now on the back foot, Bennett tries to poke check it, and a poke check there will come in. Bennett do well to look and settle things down. So now it's with Nathan Bennett. Bennett will look for options. He'll skate it out himself. Now Bennett will gain the zone. Bennett's gone end to end. Now he'll look for an outlet because I don't think he'll try and take it on alone as he does find an outlet as the shot comes in. And Iguchi will save that one quite comfortably, and it goes into the netting, resulting in another stoppage. 4 minutes and 21 into this third period, and George, a great start by both teams, lots of chances.
Yeah, lots of chances, and Hallam looked a little bit shell-shocked really with Danny Hyde going up, especially. I could tell from the bench, the body language seemed to just get down a little bit, but they responded well. Joe or Sam Colton having a good chance, Sam Colton having a good chance, and obviously didn't get the call, and I think it was a good save by UK, but yeah, very even.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It was great anticipation by Yuki Higuchi, and but it could have gone either way. If it was a split second too late, then he would have took Colton out, and then that would have obviously resulted in penalty or possible penalty shot as well. So Hale will just look to clear things out now. He's had an excellent game, but he'll just give that one away cheaply for an icing. He's frustrated him with himself at that one. He'll just shake his head. So that will result in a face-off once again to Yuki Higuchi's left-hand side in the Uni Sheffield zone. Excellent music choices tonight here at the Utility Arena. We've got Chris Beasley to thank for that in the White House, who's the mainstay of these varsities, who does a tremendous job.
Danny Hyde is back, by the way, Scott.
Great to see Danny Hyde back.
Just seen him come back on the bench.
Yeah, even if he's unable to potentially participate, just having him on the bench and his leadership skills and just there to rally the troops is a great impact alone. So great to see Danny back on his feet, and hopefully we'll see him featured to some extent. So Uni Sheffield will just look to clear that one out, and once again that one is waved off because Uni Sheffield got there first to negate the icing call, and using their speed they do excellent to get there. As they tried to set it up, Will Hale keeps it in the zone. He does a good job, excellent job from Hale. That one's just turned over as Hallam will look to break, possible chance, but Hale does well to get back, and I keep saying his name. He's had an excellent game tonight so far. As Hallam will look to gain control, and as they do through Marsden, he'll just dump it in. Marsden's got Colton out there for support. Now Otley couldn't quite gain control of the puck. That one comes out of the zone, so Hallam will have to come out and regroup. Goes back to Luke Reed, and that's going to be an icing call. So once again, another face-off. Uni Sheffield maybe feeling a little bit under pressure now. That's 3 icings in a row from their end. And we've got some of the same players out there in Will Hale, and they're going to be feeling it. They're going to be a little bit tired, and Hallam will be looking to take advantage now, George.
Yeah, they will. They, I think it's almost the lack of skaters. It seems to start to be, seeming to be creeping into the play of the University of Sheffield. They look a little bit tired out there.
Yeah, that's when complacency often kicks in, or mistakes are made when you're tired and you're icing the puck. Because you're tired and you're on the back foot and you're feeling that pressure. So there's a big hit from Humphreys on the boards as players all come together. Humphreys and Parkin exchanging a few words after the hit there. Once again, the physical edge of this game is prevalent to see as that pass is broken up nicely. As Hallam have got a chance, Colton will just dump it in. Because as far as Higuchi will just settle it down for Glasby. Now to Hargreaves with a nice outlet pass. Hallam do well to cover and put numbers out there with Sam Colton once again doing well. He does well to hand it off to his teammate. Now Hallam will look to gain the zone, and they do through Fasuki Tawara. Now Fasuki Tawara once again on the puck, as he'll find his man, but that one just goes astray again, forcing his team to come out. Now goes as far as Bennett. Bennett and Fasuki Tawana have been a formidable deep pairing tonight for Hallam. Excellent out there for their team in Maroon. Now Uni Sheffield chance down his left-hand side, as that one's just broken up nicely. Now Hallam will look to return the favour as they're coming down the other end. Fasuki Tawana hands it off nicely. It's a shot will just come in from the left-hand side. That one won't trouble Higuchi too much. And but once again, Hallam applying a little bit of pressure.
Yeah. Yuki Higuchi standing on his head really in a lot of aspects, but then again, even though he's been tested less, so is Nick Winters. So I think Hallam certainly on top now in this third period.
Absolutely, as Uni Sheffield so dominant in the face-off circle tonight, and they'll win the draw as a big hit just avoided there. Just misses his man, as James White can't quite get a hold of that pass, so it goes to Lewis Jones. Jones will go D to D. Very experienced, smart player Jones. As Uni will look to gain the zone, but they'll just hand it away cheaply once again. Reed will just dump that one down. Now back with Jones. 12-18 remaining in this third period. Jones will go D to D. There's a bad giveaway there. Hallam trying to capitalise, but Janssens couldn't quite get a hold of that. But wobbling around a little out there tonight. Could be due to the ice being a little softer due to the heat in here with the large crowd, which can sometimes affect the ice at the arena. It's the same for both teams, so can't really use that as an excuse. As pass goes astray, Hallam will look to counter. Sorry, Uni Sheffield will look to counter, strength in numbers. Puck will just go off Sam Rogers' foot. Nikolai will dump that in on his backhand. Just behind Nick Winters' net. That'll allow Hallam a little bit of time to set up and look for options as well. So Hallam deal get a change. Some excellent defensive work there from Nathan Otley. Hallam now gain the zone, and they're looking to settle once again. A little bit of a board battle in the corner with Marsden. Marsden just dispossessed of the puck, resulting in Uni Sheffield looking to break with a possible 2-on-1. As the shot comes in and that'll hit the crossbar. Opportunity there for Uni Sheffield on the counter. The crossbar there, and I believe the net might be slightly off its mooring, I'm not sure, as Nick Winters... Oh, they have given that as a goal! Wowzers, I wasn't expecting that. That was given as a goal, but we're not quite sure if we do get VAR here, unlike the football. So the referees will consult, but they're very convinced that it went in. As we're looking at the replay now, it's a shot. It's hard to tell from that. I'm going to look a little closer. This angle might be a little better than showing on the screen here at the arena. As comes down the side. Ooh. Still can't pull that one, George. Uni Sheffield is celebrating. What's your thoughts on that one?
I mean, my thoughts are it hit the crossbar, Scott, but no goal. There we go. It has been waved off. I'm going to say, I mean, that's why I was so stunned.
Yeah, me too. Matt Barton, the coach, as we can see on the bench, he's remonstrating with the referees. As we'll watch the replay once again. Goes back to one apiece on the scoreboard here. As we can see the shot coming in, a superb shot it was. But my initial thought was crossbar due to the angle at which it went out. If that had hit the netting or the underside of the net, it wouldn't have quite divoted out the way it did there. We've got objects being thrown onto the ice, which is not nice to see. It's not football, it is ice hockey, and I remember my first beer too.
Yeah, he's getting into the 4-pint stage, I reckon, now. So usually the 4-pint stage means you start to feel it a little bit, you start to chuck things onto the ice. If you're an heavyweight like me, it's usually about 8. But, you know, Uni have thought they scored. You know, they're going to get a bit emotional if that's waved off. Hallam jubilant.
George, I've seen you drink WKDs. You can't handle 8 pints. As Hallam will look to regain control and bounce back, trying not to be affected by the momentum swing there in which the almost near goal would have gained Uni Sheffield. Hallam, great bounce back effort straight away so far. And Danny Haid is back out there, which is great to see as he's under pressure from Will Hale. As Danny does well to shrug it off, and great to see him back out there. Really happy to see him, and not just because he's a friend, but it's good to see him make a recovery as Sam Rogers is now on the puck. Rogers does loses possession and tries to regain it, and he does. Rogers out-muscled briefly on the boards, but he does regain possession. As a shot will just go wide from Rogers. Probably a little bit guilty, Rogers, of probably shooting a little bit more than he should. And he's got a possible option there as tries to round the net. And an excellent save once again from Yuki Iguchi. And I was just saying, options there for Rogers. He had passing options, but decided to go it alone. And we've seen that a few times tonight. And as he had a semi-breakaway there, couldn't quite find the net on the backhand.
Yeah,
Iguchi, excellent awareness at his near post.
Iguchi with an absolutely brilliant save. And I'm not sure quite how he's got down there. Oh, look at that. It's, I think he might have just escaped the Hallam player a little bit there, but Iguchi still has to be there to make the save, so it's good play from him.
Flexibility at Iguchi, looking like a Romanian gymnast.
Yeah.
Very well to get across there, and that just hurt my groin just looking at that. So Iguchi, excellent save, and probably one of the saves of the game to deny Rogers there, as Hallam will look to bounce back straight away, and they've gained possession in the zone. Goes back to Fasuki Tawana on the point. He'll go D to D and take it for his troubles as a chance there for Janssens goes astray. Now Hallam just looking to regain the puck, and they do. Fasuki Tawana, he's got some time and space, he'll skate in. As the shot comes in, and a big hit. That will draw a crowd in front. No one will like that. It's a bit of pushing and shoving. And there's a few players exchanging pleasantries once again. And this is heating up with 9:50 left in this third period. And yeah, Fasuki Tawana there doing a Superman dive on Yuki Iguchi, and maybe we'll get a replay of that, but that one will draw a crowd. And
well, I'm not quite sure what. Yeah, here we go. So here's the big replay. So the keeper saves, and then
wow,
just doesn't stop himself.
Yeah. Look like, for anyone who's seen Mighty Ducks, look like Luis Mendoza not being able to use his brakes out there. But no, I think Fasuki Tawana probably a little fortunate there not to get a goalie interference penalty, but he's trying to ruffle a few feathers potentially. Yeah, Hallam will look to dump it in, and Uni will regain possession. They'll look to clear as they do. That one will go to looks like Ishbel Wright, who couldn't control it, and she'll fall over for her troubles on the blue line. Now it's goes a little stray for Colton. He can't quite get a handle of that. Now with Jones, he'll dump it in. Very experienced Lewis Jones. Now with Luke Reed, goes D to D to Bennett. Now to Fraley. As Fraley's got an option now, he's looking for options in the crease, but no one's there. Fraley, the elite league linesman, has been mentioned, very experienced once again. Hallam can't quite keep it in the zone, so they'll just dump it in, but they need to get out because it is potential offside there with Keelan still being in the zone. Glasby does well to find an outlet, but that one will just creep away from his man, so Reed will take advantage. As Hallam do well to get in the zone as a shot comes in, and a nice toe drag. Excellent play there from Colton, but he can't quite see where the puck went. But a great move, nice toe drag, and with that toe drag move, what he did there, just here as we can see on the replay, creates a little bit of room, splits the D, and the shot just goes wide, but a great opportunity.
It was a good opportunity for Hallam. I was just going to say, I thought the goal, no goal that University of Sheffield got might have given a little bit of a lift, but it seems to have worked in the opposite way, and I think Hallam, like you just seen there, is certainly on top, and it was a good move.
Yeah, absolutely. Now with Hallam once again, we seem to be saying their name a lot in this period, as the ice seems to have had a slight tilt on it to this end, giving them a bit of an advantage as Rogers is looking for options. Goes to the point, now back with Rogers. Rogers will go back to his point man once again as the shot will just come in, and that one will get turned aside, rebound, goal! Hallam on the back post as the shot comes in from the point and it spills out. Hallam in the right place at the right time. Iguchi looking absolutely gutted there, but Hallam really doing well. Will Hale loses his man in front, and Hallam do well to pick up the rebound.
Yeah, it was a good shot from the point from Josh Humphreys there. Created the chance in front out for the Hallam man, and he has the simplest of tap-ins, and it is 2-1 to Hallam. But the work from the point by Josh Humphreys there was really good. Set his sights, set the shot in low, and it's a simple tap-in for the Hallam player.
Yeah, it looked like Ryan Marsden with the goal, number 10 for Sheffield Hallam. Marsden does well to, and that's the good thing about hockey and having a hockey brain. You need to be able to anticipate when the shot's going to come in and where to be, because goalies will often spill out rebounds. As a shot will just come in, that will get deflected. We'll get goal confirmation shortly as whistles. I thought I heard a whistle then, but it must have been in the crowd. It's a big hit as a glove comes out from Joffrey Hargreaves. Big hit from Nathan Bennett. Hargreaves will try to keep the puck in his zone. He does well, but he'll just give it away once again. Manages to keep it in though as shot comes in. That'll just whistle wide from Faulkner. Now back with Uni Sheffield, who are looking to instantly try and reply. Hallam will look to settle it down and just kind of gather that momentum a little bit and harness it. Because Uni Sheffield with their bounce back then did well, but Hallam now in the zone as a shot will come in. That one will just go over. Good opportunity there for Ryan Fraley. That one will just go high and wide. There's a shot in front. That one will just hit a body. Oliver Keelan trying to take advantage. Uni Sheffield do well. Possible 2-on-1. As the shot will just come in now. That will whistle wide once again. Uni Sheffield quite wasteful, sadly, with their chances tonight. As Hallam bounce back straight away. There's a bit of a holding on the play. Uni Sheffield players looking for a goal. It's a big hit once again. They do well to recover the puck. Looks like that one winded Colton, who's clutching at his chest as he's going off the ice. Now with Hallam once again, and that was broken up. Possible chance now for Uni Sheffield. That one will just get kicked aside by Winters, who did well to be alert as a big hit will just come in on the boards. Hallam will dump it down. They'll beat Will Hale to the puck, but Will Hale does well to put his stick around the body of the Hallam oncoming forward, but he'll trip a player there. Looked like Marcus Janssens, who was upended, and Will Hale seemingly got away from that one. It's a big hit from Bennett. That one a little high, but we still play on. There's a pass from Pun Fasuki Tawana will go all the way down to Higuchi, who he bumped into earlier, rather comedically.
Yeah.
As Barras will just knock that one off to Janssens. Janssens tries to find his man there, but couldn't quite get through to James. I forgot his name for a second. To James White, because we seem to have not seen too much out there tonight. As a shot will just get gloved down. Nick Winters, that will not trouble him. But Hallam George now obviously having the upper hand, plenty of opportunities. 6:03 remaining in this third and final period, and a timely goal for Hallam moments earlier.
Yeah, they look all for it now. I think Hallam, they're looking the better side, and Uniov have only got 6 minutes now to maybe get a goal, get back in this game. I think you never know. It's especially after what happened last year. Obviously, it's more or less the same story again this year, where Uniov take the lead, Hallam equalise, and Hallam score. And then they might go and score again and score again. And that's what they seem to do. They score in bunches.
It could be almost like Groundhog Day, as you say. I think that tiredness has got to them a little bit, being 5 players down on Hallam. So Hallam will look to break, and they do. Possible one-on-one opportunity. Is there a bit of a hook there on the play, but a great save once again by Higuchi, whose helmet comes off, so we will get an automatic whistle. But another outstanding save from Higuchi, who likes to show off his long flowing locks as well, as we'll just have a little look at the replay. And Uni Sheffield do well to put off the man.
What happened to the stick there?
Yeah, the stick kind of got almost, I think it's as he wrapped him round the force of the Hallam player as he was skating, just took it out of his hand really. So yeah, he tries to just give him a little bit of a poke check, but as the Hallam player's momentum went into that, kind of took it out of his hand. But good defensive play from Uni of Sheffield as Hayes is back out there once again, the danger man. It's good to see him back out. As, that one's given away, but Luke Reed will get there first. Reed does well, he's an excellent skater, Luke Reed, and he'll use that to his advantage to pass it up to Hayes. As Hayes will find an offset pass, and that's a good save there again by Higuchi. Excellent glove save, and do you know what, George? Despite him sort of trailing 2-1, he's been the difference tonight for Uni of Sheffield.
Oh, he has, yeah. He's been excellent. If there was a player obviously most of them have played well. If there was a player that deserved to win this game, it'd be Yuki Iguchi.
Absolutely, he's been definitely one of my man of the match contenders without a doubt so far, and I'll throw Will Hale's name into there as well for Uni of Sheffield. As Radu Nikolai will just look for an outlet, and the great pass. Here we go down the left-hand side as a shot coming from Parkin. That's blocked nicely. It's a rebound, and that one will hit the post. Uni of Sheffield with a post, and they'll just look to regain possession, and they do. Once again, Nikolai, well, he'll just give that away and give an opportunity for Colton. Well, the excellent Higuchi will get there, but only goes as far as Colton, and that one's somehow cleared off the line by Uni of Sheffield. I'm not sure if it hit the man in front or the post, but nonetheless an excellent recovery from Higuchi, who almost gifted Colton a goal there.
It was a great save actually by the 48 Glasby.
Yeah, Glasby has been at both ends of the ice tonight. Excellent player, and that's why you can tell he plays in the NIHL with the Sutton Sting. As a shot will just whistle wide. I believe Matt Jeffcock will be watching tonight, the coach of the Sutton Sting, the player coach who I also sponsor. A good friend of mine. Is a big hit, comes in on the boards. If you're joining us, Matt, it's good to see you, and I'm sure you're proud of your boys out there. Excellent player, Matt Jeffcock. As a shot will just come in and saved once again by Higuchi. And yeah, Higuchi, we're saying his name a lot, George, and for all the right reasons. An outstanding netminder, and I've been thoroughly impressed with him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done very well. He's done himself proud out there today. He's only conceding 2 as well, so he's done really well, especially with the amount of shots he's faced.
Absolutely, he's had a barrage of shots. It's like a shooting gallery out there, and he's done well under pressure time and time again. And speaking of pressure, Hallam will just look to dump that one in, but Hale will kick it out. There's a possible opportunity now for Uni of Sheffield, but it's broken up nicely. Excellent defending there from Hallam, but Uni of will regain control with Brooks Smith. That one goes straight to Faulkner, so Fasuki Tawana will get there first to make sure they do gain the icy ball with 3:46 left in this third and final period. If you do have any shout-outs, please get those in to @Cliffy94 on Twitter, @StealThePuck, @ForgeTV. And yeah, if the score stays like this, the Hallam fans who can see on the screen will be happy with that one.
Oh, they will. But that won't taste nice, that beer.
No, I can guarantee there's a little bit of mould in those shoes. The shot will just whistle wide after taking a slight deflection. But White does well to just put him under a bit of pressure and regain the puck as the shot comes in. That looked to almost hit the mask of Higuchi. He's trying to have a chat with the referee to tell him that, but play goes on. Barris will find White. White still with a puck in the corner. Uni of Sheffield will try and set up a tight box formation. As now goes to Fasuki Tawana.
They look tired, Scott. Uni of.
They do. They're definitely on the back foot now, and it's time to dig deep with 3:12 remaining in this third period. Now with Will Hale. Will Hale takes a big hit on the boards. This is where that extra line, the extra 5 players of Hallam is taking advantage. Is a big hit again down in the left-hand side from Fasuki Tawana. Has been superb again tonight, Fasuki Tawana. Very experienced player. There's Bennett with a hit as well.
Oh, it's in!
Uni of Sheffield with the equaliser. There's a turnover in the corner. Uni of Sheffield capitalise, and this is what we've the doctor ordered, George. A great goal as the players are trying to get the crowd into it.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'm going to go out and say this. I did not expect that, Scott. I did not expect that. That is it's unbelievable. I was just saying how Uni of were looking absolutely knackered out there. And they've just got an equalised out of nothing. It just shows you how the game of hockey can just change in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. A bit of a turnover there in the Hallam zone.
It was a timeout as well for the Uni of Sheffield.
Yeah, timeout now. So this is what you can do where you gain 30 seconds, where you can have a little bit of a time to just calm the troops down, just compose them, as we'll just have a look again on the replay. Sam Parkin looks to have been credited with the goal, and an excellent play from Parkin as the fans on just down to our well, in front of us, the Uni of Sheffield fans absolutely apoplectic, you know.
Well, I couldn't hear you then, Scott, when that goal went in. That's what I was shocked about. I looked down for a split second, and it went back at net, and all of a sudden you can see beer flying everywhere. So unbelievable.
Yeah, that goal certainly took the life out of the Hallam fans across from us. Matt Barton calling a shrewd and very good timeout to just calm things down and say, look guys, come on, before this we had the momentum going our way. Now it's time to just regain that momentum and dig deep. And 2:47 left in this second period. If it stays like this, we will go to extra time in terms of an overtime and potentially shootout if there's no score after overtime. So as that goal there, we just see on the replay and a turnover in the corner. But Uni of Sheffield capitalising with Parkin. There's a one-timer and a great goal from Parkin.
Oh, it was. Great finish.
Yeah, we'll get goal confirmation shortly as Hallam do look to bounce back. It is Parkin with the goal.
We said he was a dangerous player.
Absolutely. Lewis Jones, very talented defenseman with an assist on the plate. Hallam now looking to regain, as they do with Danny Hayes. Shot comes in, that'll just go wide. Great opportunity there for Hallam. Now he's just back in the neutral zone, allowing Uni of Sheffield to get a change, so Hallam will go D to D. Nathan Otley finds his man with a D to D pass. As Hallam will gain his zone with Colton. That one will just get deflected over the net of Higuchi. Colton regains the control of the puck and tries to put it in the crease. Hallam trying to get there first. Luke Reed can't quite get there, but does well to get back and just eliminate the threat from Uni of Sheffield, who were looking to counter. Great forechecking from them. Smart play from Luke Reed, but he'll just give it away. And he'll bat that one down to try and take some of the sting out the attempted shot and dump in. As Hallam will just apply a bit of a hit on the board from Nathan Otley. Now with Uni of Sheffield, they're looking for options in the offensive zone. He'll go back to the point. There's a shot will come in there, and that one's just going to bobble wide. Otley once again, he'll try and backhand it out, but it only goes as far as, a shot comes in there just from the right-hand side. Excellent slap shot, turned aside by Winters. With just over a minute left in this third period. Hallam just trying to get it up ice from the neutral zone, struggling to get it down because the linesman's still on the boards, but they do regain control, and it is now with Ryan Fraley, speaking of linesman, on his backhand. And that one's turned aside by Higuchi. Fraley probably wants a bit more mustard on his shot there. Fraley will find Humphries, as Humphries will just go wide. Now it's with Crowther, he'll just rim it round, but he's not really got anyone there, and a lot of tired legs out there at this point, as Humphries will keep it in as well. Now Hallam will just regain with Fraley. He can't find his intended pass to Humphries, will apply the body. Sam Rogers will just dump it in with 22 seconds left. And Crowther is in pursuit, and he does well to beat out his man there on the boards. Crowther excellent, in this dying embers of this third period, as he just falls over, looking for a penalty, and we've got a hand. We've got a whistle. Looked like a hand pass, so that one will get whistled down and go outside the zone with 8 seconds remaining. We're just going to we're going to find out from the announcer Chris Beasley what happens if it remains 2-2 in 8 seconds. So he is signifying that it will go to overtime. We'll get confirmation of that as and when we get it in from the announcer. As a shot will just get turned aside easily by Higuchi, and the buzzer goes. After 60 minutes here at the Utility Arena, it remains 2-2. An excellent period, an excellent comeback from Uni of Sheffield, and a great goal to get them back in it as well. And 5 minutes, 4-on-4, sudden death overtime. And there will be no ice cut, so these players will have a brief chat at the bench, and we'll be straight back at it. So there'll be no break in play like there was previously in between periods. If it remains level after overtime, it will go to a penalty shootout again as well. George, what a period, what a period. I'm all out of words at the minute because this has been an excellent game so far, and it's been breathtaking. And I mean, Danny Hayes, the comeback after the injury, then Hallam obviously grabbing the goal, and then Parkin equalising, and a great goal from Parkin as well. I mean, it's had a bit of everything. It's had the physicality, it's had the crossbars, it's had the wiped off goals, but what a game, George.
Yeah, unbelievable. And you know what? My heart's going and I'm up here. Obviously, the crowd get you going. I've just had to take a sip of water that I really needed because that's unbelievable. Seriously, after last year, I did not expect University of Sheffield to get that equaliser.
And so now Hallam will win the draw. Haid will play a part in that, of course. Danny Haid, who's been pivotal so far in this game through 60 minutes, he'll be looking to have an impact in the overtime. So now with Rogers, so as we go 4-on-4 skaters, it allows a bit more room out there as we got an opportunity for Uni. Couldn't quite find the intended pass. But 4-on-4, as I say, does allow a bit of extra room and space out there for players to create plays. As speaking of creating a place, Haid will look to skate this up the ice. Excellent skater, Danny Haid, the captain. But Uni Sheffield do well to break that up. There's a big hit, will just get avoided there by Rogers, allowing Uni Sheffield to go for a change. Rogers will find his pass to his left. Hallam looking for options, but running out a bit of real estate, so they'll try a wraparound from behind the net. As the shot comes in from Colton, he'll have 2 bites of the cherry, but not put that one away, but still with Hallam. Now with Danny Haid, who dipsy doodles around, he'll do a spinorama. Haid will go back to the point. Now with Luke Neal, he'll go D to D. Now back to Haid. Almost cut out. Now back to Luke Reed. Reed with a shot. That one will just get saved in front with Sam Colton on the doorstep looking to ruffle a few feathers. Yeah. But it's been all Hallam pretty much so far in.
It has, hasn't it? It's as expected in my eyes because Hallam have most of the better skaters. Yes, a lot of Uni of Sheffield players have done really well tonight, but Hallam have put the big boys out there now. If you could say that, you know what I mean? The likes of Danny Hyde. And yeah, it's all Hallam at the minute.
Fasuki Tawana has to go back and retrieve, which allows Hallam a little bit of time to reset and use that extra time and space out there with 3:40 left in this 5-minute sudden death overtime. Now with Hallam behind the net. And I think he was hoping to play a pass to Fasuki Tawana, but Bennett gets dispossessed. The defenseman up in the offensive end. Fraley's out there, but he'll have to chase as Bennett does well to keep it in. He does well to get around his man. Bennett's still got it. Bennett's looking for options. He finds Barris, but goes in Barris's feet. And that one will get cleared out as far as Fasuki Tawana, who's had an excellent game so far. The Thailand under-20 international captain. So Fasuki Tawana's shot will come in, and that one's turned aside by Higuchi. Higuchi's excellent, as always, as we've said several times. I think I need to get a check in the post from Higuchi for the amount of times I've sang his praises tonight. As Bennett will do well to dipsy doodle out of trouble there and evade a couple of oncoming Uni Sheffield players. Uni Sheffield with an excellent back check from goal scorer Sam Parkin earlier. And Parkin, you know, you've got to play both ends of the ice, and he certainly does. He's one of the hardest working skaters I think I've seen in the varsities. He got his just rewards earlier with the goal. As a possible shot comes in. Good chance there for Uni of Sheffield, but that one's thwarted by Nick Winters. Now it's his turn to take a bit of the limelight.
Yeah, it's a breathless overtime period, really, isn't it? End-to-end chances. Interesting tactic there from Uni of Sheffield, like dump it in. Everyone thought it was going to be a nice in, and there was Radu Nikolai just to get it. Created a chance. Good play.
Hallam looking to win the draw, and they do, which is something they've struggled with a little bit tonight, but they do gain possession, and this is how important winning a face-off is, because it creates opportunities like this. As Haid will find his passes, an excellent... That is one of the best saves that you will see, without a doubt, and an absolute sterling save there from Higuchi. Diving Superman save to deny Hallam. George, wowzers.
Oh my word. What a save, Yuki Higuchi. Here come Uni off.
Take a bow. That was an excellent save, and that one will be on the highlight reels, I can guarantee, on the scoreboard for next year's varsity. And what a save that is. And, you know, if it wasn't confirmed in my mind that Higuchi is the man of the match, but after that, regardless of what the outcome of the score is, he is now. That is, without a doubt, one of the best saves I've ever seen live, as Hallam will look to counter. Hallam will carry it around Higuchi's net. Goes to the point. Reed will try and hand it off, but that one's cut out. Nikolai with an excellent interception. Now with that man Parkin, as the shot comes in, rebound. Oh, that one will just go wide. Parkin couldn't quite find the pass back to Nikolai. But an excellent opportunity for Uni of Sheffield. And just showing there's still in this, as Hallam do well. Fraley trying to pull a move. He'll just get kept to the outside rather superbly by the Uni of Sheffield D, just trying to limit those opportunities, but he's still got it freely with a minute left. He'll hand it off to his D. There's a shot coming from Colton. Excellent save there from Higuchi once again. But you've got to say, George, 4 on 4. It's been excellent, but with that shot then, you'd probably want to get a bit of traffic in front of Higuchi.
You would.
Put a body in front of him, take away his eyes so he can't see it, and Colton didn't really have that opportunity there, but an excellent shot nonetheless.
No, it was also a good save by Yuki Higuchi. Despite the fact it was straight at him, he needs to be there in these situations.
Yes, as Uni of Sheffield will gain possession down his left-hand side with Glasby. Glasby's got a bit of time and room, but a great poke check there from Hallam. They'll break up the play. Still with Glasby, but Colton battles and will win that one. Does well there, Sam Colton, showing his experience, who's come up through the Sheffield junior system once again with his brother Joe. His father Jeff, an integral part of the coaching team at Sheffield. There's a shot coming from a tight angle. Colton trying his luck there. Uni of Sheffield with a chance to counter with 20 seconds remaining. Hallam do well to cut it out, as that one's almost picked off. So it is end-to-end with 20 seconds left. There's a possible chance for Uni of Sheffield, and that one will just whistle wide by the side of Winters. 10 seconds remaining in this overtime. As Hallam, possible last chance in the dying seconds. As the shot comes in, save, goal-bound shot, and the buzzer goes. Excellent save once again.
Unbelievable. What a game. It's going to penalty shots.
Wow. You know, George, for once in my life, and my wife can attest to this, and the children who I teach on a daily basis, I am speechless. So we are going to a sudden death penalty shootout. So it remains 2-2 here after sudden death 4-on-4 overtime, resulting in a shootout. And just look at that, players going round to congratulate Higuchi, and rightly so, as Humphries will also do the same for Nick Winters, who's been equally excellent. But Higuchi, you've got to take your hat off to him. And I know I've been saying his name so many times, and it's almost like I'm on commission or something like that. But no, excellent netminding performances from both netminders. Right, so both teams gathering around their respective benches, getting the last-minute instructions. This is where the coaches will give their list of shooters to the officials to give to the timekeepers. And then that way, Chris Beasley, who's announcing this game, doing an excellent job, will be able to let us know who's taking the shots out there. But this is the time now for Matt Barton to gather his troops. This is the time also for head coach and player coach Michael Schlozzi to do the same as well.
Yeah, it's going to be Luke Reed, I think, up first for Sheffield Hallam University. Is it best of 3 or best of 5? We're not sure.
Referee to the timekeeper's bench just to almost add a little bit of
5
pressure. So 5 shots, it looks like he's going to be. Now Lou Reed, who's been excellent so far, the defenseman with the great stick handling and a superb quick release of a shot. Right, here we go, Reed. He'll skate it through, take it to his right. Reed will just speed up a little bit, he'll cut inside backhand. Good save for Gucci. Excellent save for Gucci. Now it looks like Sam Parkin, the scorer of Uni of Sheffield's second goal, he'll be coming out there to face Nick Winters. Excellent save as we've just seen on the replay of Gucci. So Parkin against Winters. Who's going to prevail? Parkin skates in, puts slightly wide to the left. He'll slow it down as a shot, and that's a great save, Winters.
Good save, Nick Winters.
Yeah, excellent composure from Winters. Right, so Hallam with Ryan Fraley. This is the first time in the 18 years that this one has gone to a penalty shootout. For all in attendance, what an exciting spectacle as Fraley will skate down to his left. As a shot comes in, save for Gucci! Excellent save once again. And out steps now Radu Nikolai for University of Sheffield.
Radu Nikolai is excellent with his hands. I'll just say that, apparently that's what I've been told.
In a hockey way, I'll elaborate. Nikolai from the right-hand side is back and goal! advantage Junior Sheffield. And as George said, great hands on Radu Nikolai. He must have heard you, George. Excellent goal from Nikolai, going onto his backhand. Almost like the move that the first Hallam skater tried pulling Reed on his backhand. But this time, Radu Nikolai, he does take advantage.
Yeah.
The man in the red gloves with the silky hands. Hallam looking to counter. Sam Colton, who scored a goal earlier as well. Some nice hands from Colton. But no, not a wise idea from Colton, trying to stick handle too much on ice, which hasn't been resurfaced for a while. And Colton couldn't quite get a handle of that with it bobbling over. The advantage still lies with Junior Sheffield. Lewis Jones now stepping up. The experienced defenseman, he'll skate it out slowly to his right-hand side. He'll delay his skating, just trying to outweight. Jones backhand. Oh, that one will just go wide. Great composure from Winters to just almost match the pace of Jones coming in. But Jones couldn't quite pull the trigger and backhand it. He was hoping to lift it over the pad, but he just put it wide.
Another one with silky hands.
One for Suki Watana. He skates into his right-hand side. He'll delay his skating as well. Nice little sort of dipsy doodle move. And a shot, and it's now gone! No, apparently not. Excellent save for Gucci. Still advantage to Junior Sheffield.
I believe if Uniov score now, they've won.
So no pressure now for the captain, Lawson Glasby. Cometh the hour, cometh the man possibly. Lawson Glasby, the captain, with all the pressure on his shoulders for a first potential Junior Sheffield win in the 18 years. Lawson Glasby skating down through the middle. Glasby, shot
off the bar.
Great save. Looks like a bar, as you said, George. But an excellent shot from Glasby. Hallam's still alive to keep them in the game.
Oh, this is a pressure penalty for Sam Rogers.
Absolutely, we mentioned pressure. Now the assistant captain, all the pressure. He needs to score. If he doesn't, Junior Sheffield win. Rogers shot, goal!
Oh!
Wow!
That's it. Unbelievable.
Wow! Up steps Sam Rogers, all the burden and pressure on his shoulders. He needed to score and he did. Wowzers, what a great finish. Higuchi unlucky, but an absolute superb goal from Rogers. He gets congratulations and pats of his teammates. Game on still. Now it's Cameron Glasby. He'll skate in from his right-hand side. Glasby, a nice little move, and that one will get saved, turned aside by Winters. Superb save, Winters.
So what is it now then? Who can win it here?
We'll just gain confirmation. So they're carrying on, so the score is tied, so we're carrying on with the penalty shot. I'm unsure whether it'll be the same 5 skaters who have to take them, or whether they're allowed to elect new skaters. I believe you can change the order in which the
Hallam will
skaters
surely send out Sam Rogers here.
So Radu Nikolai out first for Junior Sheffield. Nikolai couldn't quite score his first attempt. Will he get it in the second attempt?
I mentioned his hands.
Bit of a slower skate down. Nikolai, nice move, great composure. Save! Oh, it's his goal! Junior Sheffield with the goal. Wow, that one just trickled over the line. And I couldn't quite tell from our position, but a great goal, great composure, and it sneaks through Winters.
Sam Rogers. Sam Rogers told you he's got to score.
And Sam Rogers with the pressure on his shoulders. Nikolai getting the congratulations of his teammates by the bench. Rogers trying to get the fans into it as he asked them to cheer. Rogers with the speed, he skates in and a save! Junior Sheffield win for the first time in 18 years. Junior Sheffield win the ice hockey varsity here at the Untitled Arena. And what a way to win, what a way to end it. Yuki Higuchi with the save of the game, and he backstops his team to a superb win, George.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And this is what it's all about. I am honestly speechless. But one man I'm just going to mention right now is Michael Zalossi, who deserved this so much after all the years of hurt during this game.
Absolutely. Michael Schwazzi, the head coach is such an integral part of the Sheffield Bears and the University of Sheffield. The lecturer in robotics, he leads his team to victory against Sheffield Hallam University. The first one in the first ever shootout in the history of this varsity. 18 years in the making, and Uni of Sheffield finally get the monkey off the back with an impressive, hard-fought win despite all odds, despite being short benched. They pull it out the bag. Hallam had the talent, they had the extra players. Uni of Sheffield had the heart, the determination, and they've got the plaudits here tonight.
Absolutely. I think they fully deserve it to the University of Sheffield. They can't believe it. You know what I mean? I can't believe it. On paper, University of Sheffield was such the underdogs, but they've stuck to it. They've stuck to the short bench. They've stuck to it all, and they've deserved it tonight. I think on the balance of play, they've 100% deserved it.
Look how much it means to Schlozzy. He was down on his knees. He was thumping the ice. This means so much to him, and so rightly so and deserved. So, as we get through the ceremonial handshakes, we're going to get some post-game reaction down at ice level shortly. But it's been an absolute joy to commentate on as we go through the ceremonial handshakes. These teammates for 364 days a year play against each other, but now they're all friends once again, congratulating and commiserating. But what a spectacle it's been here at the Utility Arena in this 18 varsity between these two teams, in which Sheffield Hallam University, who against all odds, well no, they were the massive favourites coming into this. Uni of Sheffield against all odds take the spoils, and so richly deserved. And here, myself and George Barber, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk you through this, and now we're going to throw it back to our pundits. But what a great spectacle.
History from University of Sheffield have finally managed to win the ice hockey after all those years, 18 years without a win since 2005, since this became part of the Sheffield Varsity calendar. My goodness, the fans behind us have, it's been limbs, it's been unbelievable. In a night of history, University of Sheffield win in unprecedented extra time and also penalties. That's never been seen before. So, Oliver, just talk me through it.
I mean, wow. I don't think anyone could have expected us to win this year. The University of Sheffield, the first time we've ever done it. The first penalty shootout ever. But look, the overtime was incredible. But it looked like Hallam were going to win it. 2 minutes 47 on the clock when Parkin scored from Jones. A really nice wrist shot into top shelf. Just after Higuchi had spilled the first thing really of the night straight to Marsden. But yeah, overtime, as always, absolutely electric.
And I mean, even for a neutral, I think this game has been unreal. I know all of us up here on the Forest TV gantry were just all over the shop emotionally. It has been a real emotional roller coaster from the third period right through to the disallowed goal. Now, the disallowed goal, what did you think to that?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked like it hit the woodwork. You often see that the goal judge reckons it might have hit the back of the net and bounced straight back out. There is a little rod going through it, but replay showed it probably shouldn't have counted. So Hallam had VAR to thank for that one very briefly, but not for long. Really good goal from Sam Parkin. He created so many opportunities for himself today, not really getting over the line until that one with just a few minutes to go.
And just if you can, after this emotional roller coaster, just remind us a little bit of the Hallam goals, because of course they have scored two. The big story, of course, is University of Sheffield finally winning the ice hockey. But you know, how did Hallam play? They were, I would argue, probably the better side.
Yeah, we definitely saw some quality on show from Hallam today. Really good possession-based hockey, creating a lot of chances. The second goal was a perfect example of what that can do. So many chances they had. Eventually, one of those long shots is going to be deflected. And yeah, Marsden was there for the tap-in finally, but it just wasn't enough in the end, as the University of Sheffield with a spirited performance to get over the line finally.
And obviously, on a bit of a sour note, we had the injury to Danny Hines, the Hallam player. And of course, all of us here at Forge TV wish him a speedy recovery. We really hope that it isn't a bad injury. How do you think that affected the game, and do you think it particularly affected penalties?
Yeah, well, he's a fantastic player. I think every Hallam man would have felt a little bit deflated when he went off. They're an experienced side. We can't expect them to have been too impacted by it, but potentially there was a little mental break of, you know, one of the leaders in the side isn't playing anymore. Did they maybe drop a little bit after that? But I don't think they did. I think they kept going right to the end. They were very good.
And I really do think that yeah, indeed. Sorry, I've got distracted by the fact that the trophy presentation, I think, is going to start happening behind us. So we're probably going to cut to that for a few minutes now, so we can see Iwan lifting the trophy, our sports officer.
Thank you to our match officials, we couldn't do it without them. A huge thank you to the Sheffield Steelers off ice team, we couldn't do it without them. The arena staff and Dave Burnham and the Vision Mix team up in the White House, thank you, couldn't do it without you. Bethany Jacobs and the Sheffield Bears, a fantastic event as always. That leaves me with two things to say. Shoes off, good night Sheffield.
We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions, we are the champions, no time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. Of the world. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions, we are the champions, no time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. We are champions. We are champions. Of the world. We are the champions, my friends.
Well, you can tell, because they go after every puck. They beat us every second puck. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
And in the shootouts, how intense was it? Have you ever done a shootout in varsity?
No, that's first. I've only played 2 varsities. This is my second one. It took a lot of effort to get me here, by the way. I want to thank Danny Hayden and Matt Barton getting me here. But yeah, shootout, it was unbelievable energy all game. Anything you did that was positive, it was just so loud in here. I couldn't even hear my coach speak half the time. But yeah, I'm proud of the guys nonetheless.
And any last words as man of the match to your team?
it hurts now, but for those of you that can play next year, just grind it. Just do everything you can to get yourself prepared for it, because we need to win this again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sam. Yep.
Kept away from the storm. Silver spoons and crimson moons are all I have here to show.
Cheers, Hannah. So that was Hannah interviewing the Hallam goalkeeper. Overall, I think the Sheffield goalkeeper has got man of the match overall. And does that not speak to the level of quality that we've had from the goalkeepers in this game, and also the level of attack as well? Like, we've had some really great chances for both teams.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
So many shots, I think, on Yuki Higuchi today. That's just what happens when you've got a side that have possession-based hockey. They're going to dump a lot on you, and he was on it. He dropped one, I think, for the second goal, Marsden's tap-in. But other than that, absolutely sublime. And it's worth saying, what I think the commentary team picked up on it at the time, one of the best saves you'll ever see in overtime with about 3 minutes to go. Full stretch, diving across the goal, absolutely fantastic.
It was really an unbelievable performance by, indeed, both goalkeepers, but particularly the Uni of Sheffield one. Definitely kept the Uni of Sheffield in the team in many cases, and of course, really shone in the penalty shootout. You've got to feel, not necessarily feel, but imagine putting yourselves in the shoes of a particular player on the University of Sheffield side, Michael Slozzy, who has played in every single varsity finals since 2005. So what do you think must be going through his mind right now?
Yeah, well, being in a setup for so long, every single year it's going to be even more. He'll have wanted that so much. He's just been made the head coach as well. I think last year, maybe this year is his first. So yeah, an absolutely fantastic achievement for a real legend of the University of Sheffield ice hockey programme, and a big congratulations to him. He's been named the Great Britain University's head coach as well. So yeah, an incredible man, and he'll be very happy tonight.
And then obviously these Hallam fans that, I mean, have now very much vacated the premises, although in all fairness, so have the University of Sheffield, apart from the last few revellers. But how do you think the University of the Hallam students, the Sheffield Hallam students must be feeling after that, expecting a win?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty hefty varsity defeat overall. But what we often see is Uni of win varsity, Hallam win the hockey, Hallam win the boxing. This year, Uni of won the boxing, first time in 9 years, and then this time the first ice hockey win ever since it came about in 2005. So yeah, they'll be frustrated. They'll have expected maybe this is one where they'll go home with a bit of alcohol in them and feeling good, but not feeling that tonight.
No, well, exactly, and it really has been a varsity of, not necessarily first, but a varsity to remember, a varsity of history, if that makes sense. And it feels ridiculous that at the start of this broadcast, when I said, we saw University of Sheffield win the boxing, could we see an upset again? And indeed, it looks like we have seen an upset again. So it really has been a varsity of history, and it's been definitely one to remember. The sport has been unbelievable. There's been some great results on both sides, but obviously, again, it is worth remembering that I think the score finishes at 51 to the University of Sheffield and 25.5 to Hallam University. It really has been another year where the University of Sheffield have really shone through. Going through to next year, do you think that Hallam will maybe mount a more concerted charge towards taking that title off the University of Sheffield?
Yeah, I'm sure the boxing and the ice hockey sides will have been feeling like they've got it in the bag a few times. This might be a bit of a reality check for some of the Hallam varsity. Next year they're going to really want this. The easiest team talk in the world next year will be go out there and win it back.
No, well, exactly, and now they really are the underdogs. Hallam surely must be really, really chomping at the bit to finally get that varsity win under their belts, as this is really a big defeat on the big stages as well as often the smaller ones, as it often was back in the past. In terms of the ice hockey, it's been a wonderful evening of ice hockey here.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure to be here, to witness it all.
It really has been, and it's been an absolute pleasure for us as a commentary team upstairs and as a punneting team to actually see a little bit of varsity history being made. It really has been amazing, and to see the fans' reactions behind us here, I mean, that was just unbelievable. When that final penalty was taken, it was really special, wasn't it?
Definition of limbs.
Literally, literally limbs. There were
the Hallam bubbles
everywhere.
burst. The Uni of bubbles were flowing in the air for the very first time.
So it looks like that we are going to interview the Hallam captain very, very soon. Sorry, the University of Sheffield captain. But, get my brain back in gear. But in the meantime, here are some highlights of the ice hockey game this year.
Ewan James, Ewan, how are you feeling?
It's indescribable, honestly. I mean, like, the fact that we'd already wrapped up Varsity, and it was like, this is always such a nice trip afterwards to come along to, and we weren't expecting much because we've never won it before, but to win it, to cap it off, and that actually was a point that got us the record victory for highest Varsity margin ever, which is unbelievable. It's indescribable. I couldn't watch the last penalty.
I know, the shootouts were absolutely intense, weren't they?
I'm still shaking, honestly. I can't. My voice is gone purely. Like I said, with the last penalty, I was facing the crowd, and I could not watch because I was just... I can't say what I was saying on stream, but I just could not watch at all, so...
So for a university so close to your heart, how does it feel after 18 years, finally, then winning?
It's indescribable. Like, we always went into the ice hockey, especially for the last 9 years, thinking we've already won it, so it's a nice little trip away. Anything else is a bonus. The fact that I was so close for so long, we equalised so late on. The penalties, I thought we bottled it. After the fifth one was saved, I was thinking, we've bottled this. But to come back and still win from that is just incredible, and it's indescribable, honestly. It's great.
Any last words to anyone at university?
I'm just so proud of Blackpool community. I can't understate that in terms of throughout this vast period, throughout the year. It's been so great to speak to everyone, to see how brilliant they've engaged with us and really want to commit to it. And over this varsity period, it's really shown, especially with everyone coming along today. The atmosphere was incredible, and it's indescribable. So thank you all for coming along, and see you next year.
Thank you so much, Ewan. Okay, and now joining us, hello, it's Lawson Glasby, the University of Sheffield captain. Lawson, how are you feeling?
Exhausted, yeah.
You need a minute to catch your breath, don't you?
I can't quite believe it, to be honest. I mean, we've talked about this, being a possibility for so long, and to actually do it, it actually feel real at the start. So, when Rogers missed his penalty shot down there, I was just frozen. I didn't know what to do. So, really amazing feeling.
The shootouts were intense, to say the least, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, when Chris announced next shot to win, and I went up and hit the crossbar, I was gutted, and I thought, that's it, that's we're not winning this. Go away with that, you. Don't you dare. Very, very, very intense.
Amazing. And to be 18 years...
drenched, so that's why...
Can you hold off just like 30 more seconds? Is that possible? Great. So 18 years, undefeated Hallam. Finally, you can say black and gold.
Oh, yes. Well, second varsity for me. Last year, I thought we were really close to be leading 1-0 for most of the game, and to lose it 4-1, I thought we were very unlucky. This game again, we were leading 1-0 for a little bit and 1-1, and I was in the change room in that second break, and really, really, really nervous, I think. And we were all, not say we give up, but I don't think we had the same energy that we came out with at the start. But to get through that 5 minutes of overtime and to get into the penalty shootout was just another a rush. And I'm really proud of everybody. And they put 110% in, everybody, coaches, bench team, people at Sport Sheffield all throughout the year, just to make this all possible for us. And hopefully we can defend it next year, but we'll see.
Amazing. Any last messages for any of your players or anyone else?
Well, I'd just like to thank everybody's friends and family for coming out and supporting us. I'd like to thank the university for everything that they do. To put on this show for the final of the varsity is really amazing, and it's a great feeling to be part of it. And to go out and get a performance like that in front of your friends, family, people who we play hockey with, it's just it's not another level. So.
Lawson, thank you so much, and congratulations. Go and celebrate.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Well, again, I don't think we can possibly get across how big of a sea change in a historic event that really is for varsity.
Yeah.
Final thoughts?
Just, you can't understate it. It's absolutely incredible. I don't think there's been any other varsity event where a team has so consistently won every single year. I mean, the very first. We're, 18 years?
18 years in.
Into Sheffield Varsity, and that's it. That's the final event crossed off. There's never been a washout every single year.
So there we go, on a very, very historic night for Sheffield Varsity. I would just like to say thank you so much for joining us here on Forge TV, whether you've been in the crowds tonight and watched at home on our previous events, or you've watched at home tonight, or you've sat in either the Nursery Tavern or Bar One, watching at home, watching in the pub. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been Sam Eyre, joined by Oliver. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next year. That was Varsity 2023, over and done with. And I've been Sam Eyre, over and out.
Good night.